and resigned in 2013 after reports into alleged misconduct. Former Minister Pravin Gordhan instituted the investigation when reports emerged that Mahashula offered a chartered accountant a job at SARS without following a proper recruitment process. He asked for forgiveness during an interview with the Sunday Times after the release of the reports. Outgoing ANC Joburg leader Dada Morero says losing the race to remain the party's top official in the city would not mark the end of his political career. Today marks the second day of the ANC's regional elective conference in Sandton. Party branches are set to vote for new leaders who are going to guide the ANC in Johannesburg for the next 3 years. Morero is seeking re-election but faces strong competition from Loyiso Masuku, who has secured backing from multiple branches. Alfara Mushwana reports.
When Loyiso Masuku entered the hall last night, delegates erupted in excitement, cheering up for what many are calling the underdog. Insiders have told EWN that Masuku is putting up a strong challenge against Dada Morero, with both candidates still neck and neck, separated by only a slight margin in terms of support. Morero, however, says even if he loses the race, he'll remain a loyal member of the ANC.
If I don't win as the chair, it means probably I'll be elected as an additional member and I'll be given a particular responsibility to do. Or I may go back to my branch and lead and participate in the branch.
If Morero loses, the ANC will need to determine whether he continues as Johannesburg mayor for the rest of the local government term, which concludes in November next year. Alfa Ramshwana, Eyewitness News in Sandton.
Suspected crime boss Katiso Katie Molefe and his alleged hitmen are facing 35 charges, including murder and conspiracy to commit murder, which will be tried in the High Court. Molefe's matter was yesterday transferred to the High Court in Johannesburg, and all his cases have been centralized ahead of his trial. He is accused of organizing the murders of Opa Sifoka, who was known as DJ Somebody, and Hector Butelezi, who was known as DJ Fintos. He's also facing charges of murder for Vereniging engineer Armand Swart last year. Khomotso Modise reports.
All the dockets against Katiso KT Molefe have been centralized and are ready to be heard in the High Court for trial. Yesterday, his co-accused Diego Babusela, Michael Puletau, and Mosa Kekana, who are all in police custody, appeared alongside Molefe and will be tried with him. But Kekana and Mabusela are also co-accused in the case against Vosmozi Kat Madlanga, another dodgy businessman allegedly involved in the underworld. While Madlanga will make his first appearance with both men on the 29th of January, they must also appear in the High Court with Molefe in February. While both trials are expected to run concurrently, it's yet to be seen how the courts will deal with Kekana and Mabusela being involved in both matters. Khomotso Modise, Eyewitness News.
And U.S. President Donald Trump will today bring together the leaders of Rwanda and the Democratic Republic of Congo for what he will hail as his latest peace victory despite ongoing violence on the ground. Trump hopes the agreement will pave the way for the U.S. to gain control over critical minerals in the eastern DRC, a violence-torn region home to many of the key ingredients in modern technologies such as electric cars. Rwanda's Paul Kagame will meet Trump with his counterpart President Felix Tshisekedi in the newly renamed Donald J. Trump U.S. Institute of Peace. On the eve of Trump's latest meeting, intense fighting raged in the eastern DRC, where the Rwandan-backed armed group M23 has been gaining ground in recent weeks against Kinshasa forces. M23 captured the major cities of Goma and Bukavu earlier this year, but the group has denied having links to Rwanda. Gold is trading at $4,195.39 an ounce. The rand is at 17.06 to the dollar, 22.75 to the pound, 19.89 to the euro. Brent crude oil is at $62.92 a barrel.
And in the traffic, there's already some delays along the M1 North approaching the Crown turn-off while traveling towards the Deep Kloof interchange. Bumper-to-bumper traffic between the Golden Highway and the Deep Kloof turn-off. This is due to roadworks as well as delays on the Golden Highway. Please be on the lookout there.
And in your sport, a 10-man Sundowns failed to go top after coming from a goal down to draw with Siwalele. Arsenal cruised past Brentford, Villas up to third. Chelsea was shocked by Leeds, and an own goal rescued a draw for Liverpool. And Proteas level the ODI series. Markham's 110, the highlight in a 4-wicket win over India. Live Test cricket, England have elected to bat against Australia in the second Ashes Test.
A partly cloudy day in store for Gauteng with afternoon thundershowers expected. Johannesburg starting at 15 degrees, peaking at 21. Pretoria 15 as well and a high of 23. Vereeniging 14 also at a high of 23. The top story in EWN this hour, former SARS Commissioner Mahashula has died.
EWN, in touch, in tune and independent. For the latest, visit ewn.co.za or download the EWN app.
They say the early bird catches the worm. Great advice, unless you're the worm. Generic so-called wisdom doesn't work for everyone, so I settle for a financial plan that's one size fits some. Momentum accredited financial advisors take the time to get to really know your unique situation. Advice meets your context. Momentum, your journey to success. Momentum is part of Momentum Group Limited, an authorized financial services and registered credit provider.
702 on 92.7 and 106 FM.
Streaming on the Prime Media Plus app.
And on DSTV channel 856.
It is 8 minutes past 6 o'clock. Good morning from me, Ray White, in for Bongles this morning and tomorrow as well. Good to be in your company. Welcome to the show. The entire team is with me. But first, good morning, Johannesburg, Swane, Soweto, London, Beijing, wherever you are listening to us from. It's good to be in your company this morning. Like I said, the breakfast team is here. Almost got your traffic. Mateo keeping an eye on the US Fed. CM Tanda, Bapalila and Dropiwa producing your show this morning. As you heard, Cindy's got your sport. KG's all excited because it's all about Jay-Z this morning. We'll explain shortly. Safisa's got your news. Lots to talk about this morning. Our shout out, something I want to know from you. When you were at school and you played a sport or did an activity, have you returned decades later to do that same sport? You thought to yourself, I used to enjoy playing netball. I want to go join a netball team, a rugby team, karate, kung fu, whatever it may be. I'd like to hear from you this morning. There's a reason why I'm asking this. So lots to talk about this morning. The show is all about you. 072 702 1702.
Join us.
Let's walk the talk.
This is 702.
So, Mateo, you strike me as a kung fu kind of guy. Have you returned to your roots? Did you do something at school and now, a decade or two later, you thought to yourself, well, you know what? I want to do that again.
No, my dad used to do jiu-jitsu, I think it's called. No, I didn't do any of that. I used to play cricket and rugby and all the other normal things. I think I last played cricket about two or 3 years ago. It's definitely harder now.
You're older now.
It's definitely harder. And played like five-a-side football. So it's things you do socially now and then.
Yeah, but not like professionally. You don't want to become a Bafana player or a Springbok.
It's late for me and my knees, Ray. It's late, man.
Those knees, I tell you, those knees. Amo?
Well, I used to play in primary school. I used to play netball. And then I also played tennis in high school, but I haven't gone back to tennis. But every now and again, when we are on holiday and they have like a paddle court, I will go and play there. It's really fun, but I haven't taken it as a sport, like properly to say this is my thing now in adulthood. No. And it's easier when, I think for me personally, it's easy when I do go back because of I would be, on a gym process or whatever. Like I would be active already. So when I do go back to playing, it's not all hectic anymore.
You're lucky. You're very lucky.
Yeah.
You're very lucky. Reason why I'm asking it, about 10 to 9 this morning, we'll be speaking to the people who are bringing us the Nutcracker. Now, the Nutcracker is at Monte Casino, and it's ballet. And if you want to get involved in ballet, you can take your kids there to see the Nutcracker. But quite a few adults as well have turned around to say, I want to do ballet many years later. So, no, not me personally. You're looking at me saying, ballet, yes. No, not me. I'm talking about people who want to do it.
No, there's nothing wrong. It's just, I don't know. It's quite it's
also,
demanding physically.
Well, it is. It is.
Isn't this people that used to do it in high school or whatever.
Exactly
Yeah, so I think
that.
if it's in you, then it seems like it would be easy.
Mateo's just like shaking his head. He's horrified. Yes, ballet. Now, many people would love to do ballet. Men and women love to do ballet. So I'll be chatting to the good folks at the Nutcracker a little bit later on. But it got me thinking, in 702 land, have you gone back to doing ballet? Have you gone back to doing something from school? What is your story? Love to hear from you this morning. 072 702 1702.
Let's walk the talk.
702.
But it's not just about ballet this morning. I really wish it was, but there's lots going on and it's quite horrendous. Is it simply me, or is it the latest testimony at the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry simply horrendous? What started out as a media conference by KwaZulu-Natal Police Commissioner Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi has opened up a massive can of worms, and I'm talking about what's happened in Ekurhuleni. The Madlanga Commission of Inquiry has heard from suspended Deputy Ekurhuleni Police Chief Julius Mkhwanazi. He's actually the acting police chief at the moment, but he has been suspended. He's no relation to the KZN Police Commissioner, just in case you were wondering. But it's a story of murder, rape, fraud, and the list goes on and goes on. And he was testifying yesterday, and I was watching this. Julius Mkhwanazi battled to say why the person at the center of the inquiry, that's Vusimusi Katmatlala, was given blue lights for his vehicles. But he did admit later on that he had blundered, so he backtracked a little bit. Take a listen to this clip, and I thought we'd play it for you this morning. Take a listen to this clip. It's about him being questioned about those blue lights.
I didn't install blue lights. I didn't brand the cars. The cars, I didn't see them physically. They didn't come to the city of Ekurhuleni. Even Mr. Christian didn't see those vehicles, you see. It was social media, and there was a document it's a type document, but with a writing hand in terms of registration. And the article say, Vusi Matlala's wife, Vusi what. By that time, I didn't know Vusi Matlala's wife and everything, you see. But now, I could have an understanding now. Then I stayed. But before I started to resume, I was called by IP. It's the day after, you see.
After what?
I came back to work, yes. But on this one, they said, are you aware that there are allegations that we instructed people to dump? I said, which body, my daughter? And what Bragban are you talking about?
Yeah, there was a murder as well, so he's been implicated in that too. But going back to those blue lights, now this is the same Kat McClellan that was allegedly involved in the Tembisa looting and other tender irregularities as well. News 24 establishing a while back, News 24, that McClellan's then wife, and you heard about it in their clip, went on school runs and other excursions using those blue lights. They were late for school, so let's just use the blue lights. Let's go. So let's listen to this clip over here. It's very interesting because Julius Malema is questioning him about this, but this time Julius is speaking to Kat McClellan. He had testified earlier about the blue lights. This is what he had to say.
Julius Mkhwanazi, what is the story there? You installed the blue lights he installed the blue lights in the cars that are owned by a security company.
I donated cars to his to EMPD to him.
So they took them over?
Yes.
They were not belonging to you?
No.
But there was a News 24 article that showed a lady saying Mama Cat is taking his kids to school in style, and they were playing with blue lights like they are playing with yo-yo.
Yes, I'm divorced with my first wife, so I was not in relationship with my first wife. And Mama Cat is the media saying that. It's not her saying Mama Cat. So she's living her life, and then I don't even, and those are not my cars. So my cars are BMWs. I think everybody knows. I use BMWs. So
she's got cars also with blue lights?
No.
Without your involvement?
She don't have cars. Maybe she sourced the security company, or what she did, I don't know. Because me and her, we don't have that relationship anymore.
This is shocking. It's absolutely shocking. So who's lying here? Who's telling the truth? And then we have an EMPD police chief, that's Isaac Mapayeye, who's now facing a number of allegations of rape, among others. Then we had the retired city manager this week, Imogen Mashazi, who did nothing despite complaints from women and allegations against Mapayeye. This is a Metro Police Department that is rotten to the core. So later on, we'll be chatting about this. I'll be talking to Chad Thomas, a crime expert at IRS Forensic Investigations, about this, putting all of this into context. But I'd like to hear from you. What are your thoughts on what you've just heard? I mean, abuse of power, blue lights being used, not explained properly. There's no explanation there, really. A lot of people pointing fingers in other directions. I'd like to hear from you. What is your reaction to this, and what do you think needs to happen next? 072 702 1702.
702. More than a radio station.
Let's walk the talk.
Right, that's the, I wouldn't say serious part of the show, but gosh. Mateo, what are you asking this morning?
Yeah, I want to know from you, Ray, and the other 702 landers, do you have a pet?
Oh, yeah.
Do they eat what you eat, or do you buy them specialized food for pets? Or do they have gourmet meals as you do every night?
I hope my wife is tuning out, because every time the dogs want me to feed them because they know I'll give in and I'll give them something nice. But I've got a pug.
You spoil them.
Oh, I do. Okay. I've got a pug. His name's Frank. But Frank looks like a rugby ball at the moment because he's blown up so nicely because I keep feeding him.
And that's your fault, right?
That is totally my fault. I plead guilty.
Have you had to change Frank's diet?
I have. He's now having chunks and dog food, and I am monitored. I'm actually monitored by my wife at the moment.
And those pet groceries, how much they fetch?
Yeah, that's the problem, because now Frank's on a special diet, Ray, and I am spending the salary I don't have on that. So,
We had a dog, and we used to feed it dog food mixed with vegetables or broth. You know, like when you cook and there's this broth that's left off from your either meat or whatever. And it just gives the dog a very beautiful, glowing kind of skin.
Really?
So, yeah. It's like, it works like pretty much like chunks. If you're feeding it chunks. And, so you just mix it with the dog food, and there you go.
I'm so curious to see why you are asking this.
I'll tell you why I'm asking.
Gosh, 072 702 1702. Do you treat your dog to something like chicken every night? Does your dog have a gourmet meal? We'd love to hear from you this morning.
702.
Weather.
This EWN weather is brought to you by Samsung. Summer heatwave. Choose your perfect temperature with Samsung air conditioners. And looking at your weather today, those thunderstorms look set to continue. A partly cloudy day in store for Gauteng with those storms this afternoon. Joburg going up to 21. Pretoria hitting 23. Vereeniging also 23. Bombela, good morning. Nelspruit 24 degrees. Bloemfontein 28. Then Durban is cloudy with some isolated showers and thunderstorms as well, starting at a low of 18, a high of 23. Kleiberg at 24. East London, the same 24. And then the mother city, Cape Town, will be hot along with a fresh to strong southeasterly, a low of 21, a high of 34 degrees.
Just the season we've been waiting for. It's summer and the heat is on. It's time to make memories. The days are longer and the nights are warm. Skies are clear and the vibes are perfect. Make your home the coolest place to be this summer with Samsung air conditioners. Experience ultimate refreshment with your friends and family. Make every day a cooler, smarter summer. Shop at Samsung stores, online, or speak to your authorized installer.
EWN Traffic.
It's exactly 20 minutes past 6 in this EWN Traffic, brought to you by Outsurance. SMS out to 45142 now. You could save in your car insurance if you don't ask them for 500 rands back for you. Amo, it's early this morning. It's a little dark outside. How's it looking?
Well, Ray, we've got some delays on the N1 North. This is between the N12 exit and the Deep Kloof interchange. There's also queuing traffic along the Golden Highway. Not far from these delays, approaching Colander Road, is due to the roadworks that are taking place along the Golden Highway. And then traveling on the N3 North, we expect more traffic volumes between Marlborough Drive and the Bakloo interchange, also due to roadworks. I'll have more updates for you, but if you see anything else on the roads, we're on X at EWN Traffic.
There's more EWN on air, online, and on the EWN app. The Outsurance pointsmen know that every car on the road carries a story. There's a car with a nervous but excited first-time driver waiting for the perfect gap to switch lanes. I can do this. The pressure. The Outsurance pointsman knows it's not just a car in traffic. It's a sense of freedom and independence on the move. Every story is different and every story matters. That's why the Outsurance pointsmen have been doing what they do since 2005 in proud partnership with 702. Outsurance is a licensed insurer and FSP.
702.
WhatsApp us on 072 702 1702.
Hi Ray, talking about a sport that we used to participate in school and carrying it over to our adulthood. I used to be a 100K fastest runner in primary school, in higher primary school. And now as an adult, you find me running on the road after work and on weekends as well in the mornings. It just didn't become a obligation that I had to do because I was winning trophies for the school. And I also have personal medals. It became something that is a hobby and I love doing it. This is Bui from Vleerhof.
Good morning, Ray Pavalo here in Orange Farm. Ray, at school, I loved running. I loved soccer. And I'm still doing them also, even this day. Even now, I'm at the gym. Pavalo in Orange Farm. Thank you, Ray. Good show.
Well, yeah, and Babalo, sure. Yeah, this is the thing. I think this is one of my pet peeves is that we got such good talent out there. And I found in my day, I think it's changed a little bit now. You get to the end of your school career, and that's it. It finishes. And you just go off into the big bad world, Mateo, and you don't become that.
Responsibilities take over, and
the
sports
balls.
is not seen as something you earn money from. But times have changed.
Yeah.
People are making a lot of money playing sport these days.
Well, that's the thing as well. I mean, if you look at, you can actually go into sport now and make it a full-on career. You can be even a sports scientist or something like that. But I love it. Let us know what your activity is now. You did something great at school. Did you carry it on decades later, like Boy and Babalo? Did you decide back to gym or let's get onto the road again? I'd love to hear your story. 072 702 1702.
702.
Add your voice.
Have your say.
Let's walk the talk.
Right, things you need to know about today. As you would have heard this in Eyewitness News, former SARS Commissioner Mahashula has died at the age of 63 after a long illness and an extended stay in hospital. Now, his family confirmed the news last night. Mahashula, who held senior roles at Telkom, SAB, and later led the Revenue Service, is being remembered as a humble, warm, and deeply committed public servant. Thousands of Itala Bank customers are finally set to access their frozen funds. This is a big story. This is from next week. After almost a year without their money, National Treasury is releasing up to 2.2 billion rand with payouts starting on Monday through FNB branches. Itala was pushed into liquidation in January after being declared insolvent, leaving more than 250,000 customers stranded. Now, the big story, Malaysia is restarting the search for the Malaysia Airlines flight MH370 more than a decade after it disappeared, with 239 people on board. The government says American company Ocean Infinity will resume the seabed hunt later this month under a no-find, no-fee deal using advanced robotics to scan a new 15,000 square kilometer area of the southern Indian Ocean. The Boeing 777 vanished on 8 March 2014 after its final radio call. Adam will have more on this story in the Worldview a little later on. South Africa's first batch of the Len HIV prevention shots arrive in February, but there won't be nearly enough for everyone who needs them. The Global Fund's 500 million rand donation will cover about 456,000 people over 2 years, while the country needs up to 2 million doses a year to bring new infections down and under control. And then you may have heard of him. His real name is Sean Corey Carter. He's better known as this man, Jay-Z, born on this day, 1969. From his Brooklyn roots, he rose to become one of hip-hop's most influential voices and one of America's sharpest business minds, and a hero to KG.
Now what the hell are you waiting for? After me, there should be no more. So for one last time, make some noise. Get him, Jay. Who you know fresher than Ho? Riddle me that. The rest of y'all know where I'm lyrically at. Can none of y'all mirror me back? Yeah, hear me rap, it's like hand G rapping his prime. I'm young H.O., raps Grateful Dead, back to take over the globe. Now break bread, I'm in Boeing Jets, Global Express, out the country but the blueberries still connect. On the low, but the yacht got a triple deck. But when you young, what you expect? Yep, grand opening, grand closing. Grab your manhole, crack the can open again. Who you gonna find open a hand with no pen? Just draw inspiration. Who you gonna see you can't replace him with cheap imitations from these generations.
Yep, take a Jay-Z. Happy birthday to Sean Corey Carter, better known as Jay-Z, born on this day in 1969.
702.
The newspapers.
Right, Safiso Zula, I saw you bopping away over there. You're a Jay-Z fan, aren't you?
Not really a fan. I just respect his music. He's been around for quite some time, and I don't think that's the ultimate Jay-Z track.
Oh!
I don't think that's the song we should be playing.
You know, you
if
are
we're talking
standing
about
next
Jay-Z.
to KG. You're standing like within swiping distance.
I'm quite disappointed in him if he claims to be a fan.
Okay, let's just do the newspapers then. We'll separate the two of you later. The Citizen this morning, school drowns in sewage. In this school in Germiston, more than 2,000 pupils fled their Seasware Secondary School in Germiston after stormwater and waste flooded classrooms. And you can see there the sewage covering the floor there. That's the Citizen newspaper. What else you got?
Yeah, another story that's making international headlines, Ray, is a meeting that U.S. President Donald Trump is having today with the leaders of Rwanda and the Democratic Republic of Congo. So this is what he is expected to hail as his latest peace victory, despite ongoing violence that's still ongoing in the Democratic Republic of Congo. So analysts are saying that Trump hopes that this agreement will pave the way for the U.S. to gain control over the critical minerals in the Eastern DRC, which is a violence-torn region and is home to many of the key ingredients in modern technologies such as electric cars. So he's bringing together those leaders so that he can just say they must be peaceful and stop the war.
Right, the Business Day this morning, Stats SA rebukes new population skepticism. Quite a story. They got this fiber company, and they say they got drones, and they say that obviously they got their fiber clients, and they're saying that because of all the info they've got, we actually have 95 million people in this country, not the 63 million that Stats SA says, but Stats SA says that's nonsense. We have ways of working these things out, and we don't agree with you whatsoever. So that's the big story there. What else you got?
Page 6 of the Citizen this morning. The city of Johannesburg is South Africa's second worst municipality when it comes to settling debts with contractors. The city takes an average of 10.3 months to pay its contractors, while Mangaung holds the title for the worst payment record with 10.6 months. Mangaung, of course, is a municipality in the Free State. This is based on the Auditor General's consolidated general reports on local government and audit outcomes for 2023 and 2024.
Here we go, and I got the Sowetan, how Mkhwanazi gave Cat a free pass. We'll have more on that one. And those are the
newspapers.
EWN Business.
Right, Mateo, you are asking this morning, do you go and feed your dog or your cats what you want to, or do they have the more traditional dog food? And I did confess that my little guy Frank is a rugby ball at the moment, and my wife is watching me. Why are you asking this?
Well, Ray, the National Consumer Commission says pet owners should check the food they feed their pets. The commission has issued a warning to South African pet owners following the recall of certain batches of dry dog and cat food by RCL Foods. Now, RCL Foods is one of the largest pet food producers in the country. The company opened 129 million rand pet food plant in 2019. The Consumer Commission recall affects multiple product brands including Bobtail, Catmore, Canine Cuisine, Optimizer, Ultra Pet and Super Woof. In total, about 55,352 cases were produced between May and June 2025 and distributed nationwide. Now, RCL Foods says it identified elevated levels, and I'm going to try here, deoxynivalenol non. Wow.
Yeah, wow.
In specific batches of maize used to manufacture the affected pet food. DON is essentially a fungi that commonly contaminates grains like wheat, barley, and corn, and is produced by molds that grow on grains such as maize. Now, if food has high levels of it, it typically causes pets to refuse to eat, and if ingested, may lead to temporary digestive problems. The company emphasized that only the batches produced between May and June are affected. The NCC advised pet owners to immediately stop feeding their pets the affected products and should return these to the retailer for a full refund with or without proof of purchase. The Commission will also monitor the recall to ensure compliance with the Consumer Protection Act. RCL Foods reassured consumers that safety remains their priority. Pet food is big business in South Africa. According to Ken Research, the local pet food market is valued at over 17 billion rand.
Sure.
The growth is primarily driven by the increasing pet ownership rates, rising disposable incomes like Ray, who's spoiling his pet, and a growing trend towards premium food products.
There you go. All right. How's the rand and the markets looking?
Well, the markets were good yesterday, up by close to 500 points, led by banking stocks yesterday. The rand at this hour, 17.06 against the US dollar, 19 rand 88 cents against the euro, and at 22 rand 74 cents against the British pound. Price of gold at $4,194 an ounce, while platinum is at $1,659. Brent crude at $62.96 a barrel. More business after 7.
Thanks, Matteo. 6:32 is the time. This Eyewitness News brought to you by Momentum Financial Advisors. Help you have a better shot at generational wealth. Speak to a Momentum accredited financial advisor. Now, Momentum is part of the Momentum Group Limited, an authorized FSP and registered credit provider. So, Fiso, sad news about Mahashula.
That's right. Ray, the former SARS commissioner, has died. His family confirmed last night that Mahashula passed away in hospital following a long illness. He was 63. His family says he served the country with distinction in both the private and public sectors, including senior roles at Telkom and the South African breweries, and later as SARS commissioner. Mahashula served as commissioner from 2008 and resigned in 2013 after a report into alleged misconduct. Former Minister Pravin Gordhan instituted the investigation when reports emerged that Mahashula offered a chartered accountant a job at SARS without following a proper recruitment process. He asked for forgiveness during an interview with the Sunday Times after the release of the reports. Cape Town police are searching for gunmen linked to 2 suspected gang shootings in Athlone. A man was killed yesterday while sitting in his car near the local magistrate's court. Moments later, another person was shot dead in the area. The police's Frederick van Wyk.
Athlone police registered 2 separate cases of murder following 2 shooting incidents. The suspect or suspects fled the scene in an unknown direction. The motive for these attacks forms part of our police investigation.
Staying in Cape Town, the prosecution in the high-profile trial of Nafees Modak has used circumstantial evidence to link alleged underworld gang boss to the murder of Nicholas Yeerskap. The state says Modak was behind the murder of Yeerskap in 2019, who was the father of a Hawks officer investigating the accused at the time. A state witness previously testified he was instructed to murder the Hawks officer, but in a case of mistaken identity, he killed his father. Carlo Peterson reports.
State Prosecutor Greg Vormerans yesterday started questioning Nafees Modak about allegedly plotting the murder of Hawks officer Nico Yeerskap. In an apparent case of mistaken identity, Yeerskap's father, Nicholas Yeerskap, was shot dead at his home in Melkbosstrand on the 9th of July in 2019. At the time, Yeerskap was investigating Modak for commercial crimes. State witness Mr. A previously told the court co-accused Ziad Pool instructed him to murder Yeerskap on behalf of Modak. Modak insists he was not aware Yeerskap intended to arrest him at the time. Carlo Peterson, Eyewitness News.
And the UN General Assembly has called for the immediate and unconditional return of Ukrainian children forcibly transferred to Russia. The Assembly adopted the non-binding resolution last night. Russia was among the states that rejected the measure. Ukraine has accused Russia of abducting at least 20,000 Ukrainian children since the start of the conflict in February 2022. While Russia admits that some children were taken from the combat zones for their own protection, Moscow's deputy UN envoy has slammed the resolution. A partly cloudy day in store for Gauteng with showers expected later. The temperatures are at lows of 14 and 15 degrees, peaking at highs between 21 and 23.
And in the traffic, we've got delays on the N3 North. This is between the Elands Interchange and Van Buren Road. There's also queuing traffic along the Mike North between Boysons Road and Carr Street.
The top story this hour, former SARS Commissioner Mahashula has died.
They say the early bird catches the worm. Great advice, unless you're the worm. Generic so-called wisdom doesn't work for everyone, so I settle for a financial plan that's one size fits some. Momentum accredited financial advisors take the time to get to really know your unique situation. Advice meets your context. Momentum, your journey to success. Momentum is part of Momentum Group Limited, an authorized financial services and registered credit provider.
There's a new way to experience all your favorites. Pulse Africa, the 24/7 fast channel, now live on primemediaplus.com and the Prime Media Plus app, bringing you the best of Prime Media around the clock. Watch the biggest moments from 7:02. It's non-stop entertainment and authentic African storytelling, all from Africa's leading media network. Pulse Africa, only on the primemediaplus.com and Prime Media Plus app.
At Auto & General, we understand your business is built on more than just vehicles. It's your stock, tools and equipment, and the premises where you work. Auto & General Business Insurance is designed for businesses like yours, protecting your assets against fire, theft, storms, and other unexpected events. To protect your livelihood, visit autogen.co.za and get an obligation-free business insurance quote. Auto & General, never not there. Auto & General is a licensed non-life insurer and FSP. T's and C's online.
The Maibuye Africa concert, the rebirth of Ubuntu, returns for one unforgettable night only. Simpiwe Dana, Judith Sepuma, Malay, Langa Mavuso, Elvis Blue, and Sipo Hotsticks Mabuse, backed by a 20-piece orchestra conducted by Grammy Award winner Joe Arthur. Curated and produced by the visionary Billy Monama, Opera House State Theatre, Pretoria. Saturday, 6 December 2025 at 7:30 p.m. Tickets from 350 to 1,000 Rand at Web Tickets. Proudly supported by the Department of Sports, Arts and Culture, Brand South Africa, Castle Milk Stout, and 702.
Stop. Turn off the noise. Put down the phone. Have dinner with your family. Sit on the couch with your mum. Belly flop into bed for a power nap. Make your house home again with the furniture you'll love at prices you'll love even more. Celebrate style and celebrate savings at Decophone Furniture with incredible discounts every day till end January. In-store or at decophoneSA.co.za.
702.
WhatsApp us on 072 702 1702.
Hey, morning, Ray. Aubrey here in Ekurhuleni in Force Loras. Grootman Ray, Ngamla Ray, ne? You know what's going to happen with us, like advocate and stuff, ne? It's because Ekurhuleni, there's nothing that they're going to do to those criminals. Even they find them. I'm jumping now. Look, Grootman Ray, ne? Look at KT, ne? And then let us look at how this other one, he went to court, driving with bodyguards that are unlicensed to handle those firearms. Now I'm talking about Katiso Mlife. He went to the court with unlicensed security guys. They were arrested, but he knows very well that nothing's going to happen to them. Even the Juliuses, whatever they do, the Emojin Mashazi, they know exactly nothing is going to happen to them. While Tina Laifos we are circling.
Good morning, Ray. My comment on Julius, Mr. UC Mkwanazi. Man, as a resident of Ekurhuleni, I'm offended that this guy was put up there, top position in EMPD. He's incoherent, clearly incompetent, and possibly criminal. I don't know how the hell this guy was, parachuted all the way to the top position in EMPD. So, yeah, man, his testimony yesterday was just a disaster. So that's my comment on that. This guy got long. Thanks.
It really was a disaster. It was. But my question to Chad Thomas from IRS Investigations at about 7:15 this morning is going to be, can these guys need to be arrested? I mean, if you're looking at all those people involved, the city manager, the original police chief, then Julius himself, there needs to be arrest here. And my question to Chad's going to be, can we now bring those charges? Can those charges stand up? What can they be charged with? And if you look at Julius Mkwanazi, instead of IPID, the IPID found that he had done a whole lot of things that he shouldn't have. But instead of him being brought under disciplinary action, He was then promoted. He also asked for more for his salary. I mean, this is absolutely outrageous, and I can understand as a citizen of Ekurhuleni how cross you must be. I'm cross. I'm from Johannesburg. I'm from South Africa. I'm outraged at what's happened.
EWN Sport.
Cindy Paluta, 10-man Mamelodi Sundowns.
Yeah.
Oh dear, what happened there?
It's an exciting now in the Betway Premiership because Sundowns were held by Sibulele. I don't think many people saw that coming. They had to come from a goal down, Matiba cancelling out Pole's opener. It finished 1-1 there, Sundowns coach Miguel Cardozo.
If you want to look at the result and make the story out of a result, you can tell another story. Of course, we are not happy. We fought for the 3 points against a team that is honest, that has capacity to organize and defend and try to attack us in counterattacks. We put in a lot of players in the front. We created chances. We had to risk a lot.
Sekhukhune is up to third after beating Magesi 1-0. Kaizer Chiefs goalless with Chipper. Polokwane handed Stellenbosch an 8th loss of the season 2-1. Durban City cruising past Orbit College 3-0. In the Premier League, Arsenal beat Brighton 2-0 with goals from Marino and Saka to stay 5 points clear. Aston Villa's up to third after beating Brentford 4-3. Chelsea suffered a shock 3-1 loss to Leeds. Liverpool were rescued by an own goal for a 1-0 draw with Sunderland. Crystal Palace beating Burnley 1-0. Wolves still without a win this season. They lost to Nottingham Forest 1-0. The Proteas beat India by 4 wickets in the second ODI, levelling the series. India posted 358 for 5. Kohli with 102, Jacquard with 105. Aiden Markram smashed 110 off 98 to set the Proteas up for the win. Supported by Breitska's 68, Brevis 54 and Bavuma's 46. Here's Markram.
You kind of know how to chase 350, 360. You have to take the game on a bit and manage that with setting the game up and being smart in between as well. So it wasn't a collective discussion. It was each guy backing their game, the options that they feel confident in doing and trusting that, and hopefully it comes off. So great collective batting effort from everyone today, and that's how you can chase a big number like that.
It just shows the caliber of the Proteas to chase that number.
Yeah, you know what?
Amazing.
You know what? Hat off to the Proteas because this is a very different Proteas side to what was even like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
2 years ago, you would have said absolutely not.
But look at that.
India is phenomenal.
Not the first time. That's amazing.
The deciding ODI is on Saturday. Live action. England elected to bat in the second Ashes Test. They're 25 for 2. Stark has removed both Duckett and Pope for Ducks. Australia lead the 5-match series 1-0. In Christchurch, New Zealand, 355 for 2. They've got a lead of 419 over the West Indies. It's day 3. Latham's on 132. Ravindra on 157. The Nedbank Golf Challenge starts at 9:20 at Sun City this morning, where Aldrich Potgieter is the favourite of the 12 South Africans to win it.
It's such a great event. I mean, I've got so many family and friends coming to watch this week. So it's really special to be at home and play in front of them. And the history we've had with Mr. Gary and what he's done, Mr. Play here over the years, and the number of names you see walking up that 9th, up the left, it's pretty special. So yeah, we're looking forward to it.
And if you missed the draw for the 2027 Rugby World Cup, the Springboks drawn with Italy, Georgia and Romania for the pool stages. Cindy Paluta, Eyewitness News Sport.
The brainy kids of the Whiz Quiz
on 702.
Good morning, Uncle Ray. I am Olegato and I am 13 years old. I am a learner of Whitfield Academy and I cannot wait to play the Whiz Quiz with you.
Olerato, I'm looking forward to playing with you as well. Up for grabs, 10,000 Rand. Now, I've just looked at the questions now. I do think you can get 10 out of 10.
EWN Traffic.
It's coming up to 6:45. I'm on the road. It sort of was a quiet start. How we're looking at the moment?
Well, Ray, we've got peak time delays on most routes, like on the Soweto Highway in the Boysons area. This is between Crownwood Road and the M1 bridge. And speaking of Boysons, we've got also queuing traffic heading towards the CBD between on the M1 North between Boysons Road and Car Street, while traveling on the N3 North bumper to bumper traffic. This is between the Elands turnoff and Van Buren Road. A car is stuck on the road there. It's on the left lane. Please be on the lookout there and approach with care. And then, of course, in Boksburg, roadworks are back up again along the N17 West, right near Rondebolt Road. Delays from Carnival City entrance. More updates coming up. Do stay tuned.
There's more EWN on air, online, and on the EWN app. Take a ride back to the greatest decades in music.
Because Saturdays on 702
are all about timeless tunes.
At 10 a.m.
Kenny Maestri sets the stage with the greatest hits of the 80s
and 90s. At 2 p.m., Pushaza Sibia keeps the nostalgia flowing.
with more classics you can't help but sing along to.
Then at 5 p.m., Richard Mwambas
Celebrates the sounds of the continent.
with This Is Africa.
It's more than just music.
It's your Saturday wrapped in the sounds you love.
Only on 702.
702.
Let's walk the talk.
Business Outsurance are experts in business insurance for general practitioners, dentists, surgeons, and other medical specialists. Kuveni.
It's so nice to know the business risk is taken care of by Business Outsurance. The call center was just a dream to deal with. Very seamless, easy experience, and it just feels like the people we're talking to on the other line understand our needs.
Switch to Business Outsurance and you could get a massive 20% discount on your business insurance premium. Visit outsurance.co.za. Switch and save today. Licensed insurer and FSP. TCs and information online.
702.
Coming up at 7:15, the big interview.
PG Glass Repair, PG Glass Replace.
I'm Telane from PG Glass. Got a chip? We'll fix it with precision, and we offer cash deals on high-quality new windscreens.
Visit pg.co.za today for trusted service.
Hi, this is Carol Shabalala, Hollywood Bets brand ambassador. It's more fun when it's for fun. Playing responsibly is always a winning strategy. If you or someone you know needs help, call the South African Responsible Gambling toll-free counseling line on 0800 006 008 or WhatsApp help to 076 675 0710. Hollywood Sportsbook is a licensed betting operator. Hollywood Bet supports responsible gambling. No persons under the age of 18 years are permitted to gamble. Winners know when to stop.
Coming up next, in the next hour, it's What's the Question? Brought to you by Outsurance, of course. Up for grabs, 3,000 rands in cash. All you need to do is send us an answer based on anything that has piqued your interest in the show, and you could win 1,000 rands. Simply WhatsApp your name and that answer to 072 702 1702. And, of course, a little bit later on, someone else will ask the question to win 2,000 rands in cash. Remember, you stand a better chance of being selected to give us today's answer if you have SMS out to Outsurance and got yourself a quote. So SMS out now to 45142 and you could save on your car insurance.
Join us.
Let's walk the talk.
This is 702.
Ray, I don't know what to make of this guy from First Lawrence who is calling you all these names. Papa Ray, Tata Ray, Rodman Ray, Mariana, Malume Ray, Abut Ray, Tatemokolo Ray, Mr. Ray.
Who is the whizziest of them all?
It's the Whiz Quiz on 702.
Loving your WhatsApps this morning. Right, time to play the Whiz Quiz. Good morning, Olerato. How are you this morning?
I'm good, and how are you?
I'm good. Now, you're 13. You go to the Whitfield Academy. What do you want to do one day when you leave school?
I want to become a mechanical engineer.
Yo, that's quite something. Well, it sounds good. We need many more mechanical engineers in our country. So there you go. All right, are you ready to play the Whiz Quiz?
Yes.
I'm going to ask you 10 questions. For each one you get right, you get 100 rand. If you get 10 out of 10 in 60 seconds, give you 10,000 rand. We'll bring you to 702, and we'll just pamper you for the day. How does that sound?
Great.
Lovely. All right, are you ready?
Yes.
Excellent. KG, start the clock. Spell the word nursing.
Nursing.
Correct. Name one of the world's continents.
Africa.
Correct. True or false, the Spanish word amigo means traveler?
True.
It's false, I'm afraid. In maths, how many years are there in a century?
100.
Yes, correct. In politics, the abbreviation PM stands for Prime what? Minister or Marshal?
Minister.
Correct. True or false, the Congo River drains into the Atlantic Ocean?
True.
Correct. What is the name for a mountain that erupts with lava?
What is the mountain called?
That erupts with lava?
A volcano.
Correct. What city is known as the Big Apple?
Pass.
Okay, it's New York. What planet comes after Earth? We can't complete that one. So you tripped up on the Spanish word for amigo, meaning traveler. It actually means friend. And then, of course, the Big Apple is New York City. So we've got there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 600 Rand. How does that sound, Olerato?
Sounds good.
Sounds good. Have an awesome day at school, and I look forward to you one day being a mechanical engineer.
The brainy kids of the Whiz Quiz.
On 702. Join us.
Let's walk the talk.
This is 702.
Right, let's climb back into the news cycle now. It's a story that we have been following very closely. Imagine you seek medical help at a government hospital, but instead of just getting the treatment you were seeking, you'll end up being sterilized. Yes, you heard that correctly. This has happened to a number of women who were unaware that they were being sterilized. They were going in for a procedure, they were going in for HIV treatment, whatever it may be, and they were sterilized. To their horror, some woke up after undergoing a procedure. Others found out years later. More women are coming forward with similar stories. For next week, the Her Right initiative, representing victims, will meet in Durban with about 50 affected women attending there. Now, joining us now is Dr. Stembisa Mtembu from Durban. Hi, Doctor. Good to have you with us. Right, there we go. We got you now. There we go. Doctor, good to have you with us. From the Her Right initiative, do we know how many women have been sterilized? How many people have been affected by this?
Hi, good morning and good morning to your listeners. As Her Rights initiative represents 104 women who are victims of sterilization from 4 South African provinces. I mean, in as far as national statistics is concerned, the answer is we do not have recent statistics. However, in 2015, the Human Sciences Research Council conducted a study which was called a HIV Stigma Index. And one of the questions in that study was on forced sterilizations of HIV-positive women. And so 6,000 women were interviewed, and 7.4 of the women said they'd been forced into sterilization. So there was 498. So it was a nationally representative study, and at the time, South Africa had 4.2 million HIV-positive women. So we're talking, between the range of 350,000 to 400,000. That number has increased now because now there are 5.2 women living with HIV in South Africa.
Yeah. Now, Doctor, this happened over, I think, about a decade, if I'm correct, about a decade. Was some sort of directive given by government that this happens? Because I'm battling to get my head around it. It wasn't just one doctor or two. Like you said, 4 provinces. What do you know about this?
Okay, it's 6 provinces. So the first client we have on file was sterilized in 1997. And the latest case was of a woman who was sterilized in 2023. So basically, if we have media campaigns like this, more women will come forward. We believe that, it is just, HIV-related human rights violation. Also linked to racism and just hatred of reproduction of black poor people. Remember, forced sterilization, forced contraception, it is historical, it is colonial, and it is also racial. And when you look at, the period of history, after our independence, like immediately our independence, we had a crisis of HIV and AIDS, and these things were happening, in apartheid and colonial South Africa. So if you jump over, then you have HIV and AIDS, indeed, HIV positive women are going to be targeted. And I do not, sorry. Yeah, and it's not a bad behavior it is something that is systematic. Because the Commission for Gender Equality, for an example, investigated 15 hospitals. HRI filed a complaint to them in 2015. And the modus operandi and the reasons were exactly the same.
Yeah.
So
But I mean, Doctor, that's 2015. We're now sitting in 2025. What's government saying about this? Because you're right, it's a crime. These are crimes that have been committed here.
Yes, it is a crime. We actually filed a complaint with the United Nations Human Rights Council in 2023, and they came back and basically said forced sterilization is an equivocal form of torture. So it's not just, a basic human rights violation. It's high-grade human rights violation. As a matter of fact, the CGE had also made a finding on torture. So basically, the CGE made a recommendation that the victims must engage with the Department of Health, with the, objective of finding each other in as far as redress, restitution, compensation, and rehabilitation is concerned. We're sitting here now, 5 years, later, and the department has not done anything about it.
What has the department said? Sorry, Doctor. What has the department said? I mean, this is a lot of women who have been affected. Like you said, 6 provinces. Has there been any formal statement, plan of action, anything from government?
Yes. So when the CGE released a report in 2020, so the Department of Health did not respond, and then they threatened to place them on MORA, and they responded. So what they did between 2020 and 2021 is that they set up a ministerial committee that was going to look in accelerating, redress to the victims. The committee was comprised of a doctor, obstetrician, social worker, advisor to the minister, and a religious leader. Yeah. So what this committee, so it gave options of reversals and reversals, IVF. So all the options that are not available to women are not available because that's to compensation. Yeah.
All right,
they offered a letter. I have to say this. Yeah. They offered a letter of apology signed by the minister. So our clients will say, "What will we do with this letter? Frame it up and put it on the wall. To as victim."
A letter of apology. What happens in Durban next week?
Apologize,
Doctor. What happens in Durban next week? There's a meeting, I believe, in Durban next week. What's going to happen?
Yes, there is a meeting of the victims that are based in KwaZulu-Natal next week. The purpose of that meeting is to update the women on the work that we've been doing with the United Nations, and also to the opportunity for our legal representatives to update the women in as far as where we are in exploring litigation so that we get fair justice for the women.
Gosh, that's absolutely shocking, Dr. Setembiso Mthembu from the Her Right Initiative. Thank you so much for coming on to 702. We do appreciate you taking the time. A letter of apology. And some of the articles I was reading about this is most of those women, there can't be a reversal. It doesn't come down to reversal. It doesn't come to, pregnancies and things like that. You can't fall pregnant. You can't reverse this. And this is the whole thing. So we're challenging the health department this morning on 702 Breakfast to talk to us, to say to us, what are you doing about this? It's 2025. This first started in 1997.
702.
Coming up, the big interview.
Right, coming up on your program in the big interview, the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry wrapping up the year. That's tomorrow. So we'll be looking at some of these startling allegations and testimony from the past few days. We've had Julius Mkhwanazi being involved there. He was talking yesterday. Like your take on this. What's your take on what he said? Played a few voice notes out as well. So just having a look at that and asking the question as well, will there be arrests? Will arrests be made after this? Because it's great having this commission of inquiry, but what's come out concerning the city of Ekurhuleni is absolutely shocking. It's just gone 7 o'clock, and this Eyewitness News brought to you by Khaliks. Khaliks, for the businessman who knows what he wants.
This is EWN.
Denials on repeats at the Madlanga Commission, and Dada Morero says he will continue with politics even if he loses a top post in the ANC. Good morning, I'm Sfiso Zulu. Suspended acting EMPD Chief Julius Mkhwanazi claims accused criminal Vusmuzi Cat Matlala forged a letter of authority from the city of Ekurhuleni. The letter claimed that Matlala's private security company, Cat VIP Protection, had an endless working relationship with the city's metro department. Mkhwanazi told the Madlanga Commission yesterday that his signature was forged.
Julius Mkhwanazi agrees that he did sign an MOU between two of Vusimuzi Cat Matlala's companies, but claims the letter of authority Matlala was using to evade law enforcement did not bear his signature and that it was forged. Both the letter of authority and MOUs were dated and signed in October 2021, but Mkhwanazi argues the legitimacy of the letter Matlala was using.
I'm contesting it. I've said it's not. This is not my signature. It's having, it's like a big head. It's JD. This one, no. And I got this on social media too.
Mkhwanazi claims despite him signing the MOUs with Matlala's companies, it was never officially approved by EMPD. Arun Singh, Eyewitness News.
Suspected crime boss Katiso Katie Molefe and his alleged hitman are facing 35 charges, including murder and conspiracy to commit murder, which will be tried in the High Court. Molefe's matter was yesterday transferred to the High Court in Johannesburg, and all his cases have been centralized ahead of his trial. He is accused of organizing the murders of Opa Sifoka, who was known as DJ Somebody, and Hector Buthelezi, who was known as DJ Ventos. He is also facing charges for murder of Vereniging engineer Armand Swart last year. Kgomozo Modisa reports.
All the dockets against Katiso KT Molefe have been centralized and are ready to be heard in the High Court for trial. Yesterday, his co-accused Tiago Babusela, Michael Puletau and Mosa Kekana, who are all in police custody, appeared alongside Molefe and will be tried with him. But Kekana and Mabusela are also co-accused in the case against Vusmuzi Cat Matlala, another dodgy businessman allegedly involved in the underworld. While Matlala will make his first appearance with both men on the 29th of January, they must also appear in the High Court with Molefe in February. While both trials are expected to run concurrently, it's yet to be seen how the courts will deal with Kekana and Mabusela being involved in both matters. Kgomozo Modise, Eyewitness News.
Outgoing ANC Joburg leader Dada Morero says losing the race to remain the party's top official in the city would not mark the end of his political career. Today marks the second day of the ANC's regional elective conference in Sandton, and party branches are set to vote for new leaders who are going to guide the ANC in Johannesburg for the next 3 years. Morero is seeking re-election but faces strong competition from Loyiso Masuku, who has secured backing from multiple branches. Alfara Mushwana reports.
When Loyiso Masuku entered the hall last night, delegates erupted in excitement, cheering up for what many are calling the underdog. Insiders have told EWN that Masuku is putting up a strong challenge against Dada Morero, with both candidates still neck and neck, separated by only a slight margin in terms of support. Morero, however, says even if he loses the race, he'll remain a loyal member of the ANC.
If I don't win as the chair, it means probably I'll be elected as an additional member and I'll be given a particular responsibility to do. Or I may go back to my branch and lead and participate in the branch.
If Morero loses, the ANC will need to determine whether he continues as Johannesburg mayor for the rest of the local government term, which concludes in November next year. Alpha Ramshwana, Eyewitness News in Sandton.
The Department of International Relations says it'll submit a new discussion paper on Israel to Cabinet next year. Director General Zane Dango says the document considers South Africa's legal responsibilities as a third-party state in relation to Israel's breaches of international law. Yesterday, the EFF once again pushed for government to explain the delays in implementing a parliamentary motion adopted to shut down its diplomatic mission in Tel Aviv. However, South Africa's ambassador to Palestine, Sean Baineveld, says MPs have to be mindful of the intrinsic connection between Israel and the occupied territories. Lindsay Dentlinger reports.
International Relations Director General Zane Dango says the department regularly engages the presidency on matters of foreign policy, including those related to Israel.
We've just given another briefing document this week. Hopefully, we can then engage with the entire executive quite soon.
Officials from the department explained that while there are no diplomatic staff in Israel and it no longer has a physical chancery, 5 staff, including a consular clerk and a politico secretary, are stationed in Tel Aviv at a cost of almost 400,000 rand a month. But the EFF's Kobile Mashlongo wanted to know whether the department intends severing all links to the country.
With the resolution of the 6th Parliament that we must cut all diplomatic ties is really not necessary anymore. Or they've just been quiet and just simply waiting for the president to initiate talks.
Ambassador to Palestine, Sean Bainefeld, who is stationed in Ramallah, said travel to and from the West Bank requires permission from Israel, and a foreign office in Tel Aviv supports South Africa's presence in the region. Lindsay Dentlinger, Eyewitness News, Parliament.
Gold is trading at $4,196.35 an ounce. The rand is at 17.05 to the dollar, 22.74 to the pound, 19.88 to the euro. Brent crude oil is at $62.90 a barrel.
And in the traffic, we've got delays on the N1 North leaving Naturena. That's due to an accident reported right at the N12 East near the N1 exit. And that's the reason for that backup. And traveling in Alberton, we've got more traffic volumes. This is along the R59 North, the N3 North rather, between Leondale Road and Heidelberg Road.
And in your sports, Sundown slip in the title race, drawing with Sibalele, but coach Cardozo is not panicked. Arsenal beat Brighton, Chelsea lost to Leeds, Liverpool rescued by an own goal in a draw with Sunderland. The Proteas level the ODI series, Markham's 110 the highlight in a 4-wicket win over India. And England lost Pope and Duckett for Ducks on day 1 of the second Ashes test.
A partly cloudy day in store for Gauteng with afternoon thundershowers expected. Johannesburg starting at 15 degrees, peaking at 21. Pretoria 15 as well and a high of 23. Vereeniging 14 and recording 23 as well. The top story in EWN this hour. Suspended acting EMPD chief Julius Mkhwanazi claims accused criminal Vusmuzi Katmatlala forged a letter of authority from the city of Ekurhuleni.
Just
EWN, in touch, in tune, and independent. For the latest, visit ewn.co.za or download the EWN app.
And just like that, it's the end of the year. Time to celebrate all the successes, toast to all the challenges, and reward your loved ones and yourself for a job well done. This Christmas, Khalix has thousands of thoughtful gift ideas at incredible value for money, from polo shirts and beautiful cotton shirts to fragrances, sneakers, and more. Get your Christmas shopping in the bag and make the thought count by counting on Khalix for the businessman who knows what he wants.
702 on 92.7 and 106 FM.
Streaming on the Prime Media Plus app.
And on DSTV channel 856.
8 minutes past 7 o'clock. Good morning from me, Ray White, in for Bongles this morning and tomorrow. Well, coming up on your program, as you heard in Eyewitness News, the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry wrapping up for the year tomorrow. I'll be chatting to Chad Thomas. He's a crime expert at IRS Forensic Investigations. So much to talk about. Who is lying? Who's telling the truth regarding the city of Ekurhuleni? Vusumuzi Katmatlala said he got that letter from Julius Mkhwanazi saying that he had permission to operate. Now Julius saying, no, but he lied. He forged that letter. I never did this. This is the thing. We need to know exactly what's been going on. I mean, listen to this. In this clip, Julius Malema asking Katmatlala about his relationship with Julius Mkhwanazi, to which Matlala replies and says, well, he was a friend.
What is your relationship with Julius Mkhwanazi?
Julius Mkhwanazi, I will say, he was a friend, was.
Oh, so you donated because you had a friend who was in the position of authority?
No, it's because I proposed to him when he was an operations manager that, listen, I want to donate the cars, but with conditions that we do brand awareness, and then I will also send proposal to do the medical response for the EMPD when the officers they get injured in the line of duty.
You can have blue lights. We'll call it brand awareness. That's okay. That's all right. All right. I'll be chatting to Chad Thomas. He's a crime expert at IRS Forensic Investigations to put this all into perspective. In the past hour, just before Eyewitness News, talking about the Her Right initiative representing victims of forced sterilizations. They'll be meeting in Durban next week. With about 50 affected women attending. And my question has been, government, what are you doing about this? It's been happening since 1997, and we went along the timeline. We're now 2025. On a lighter note, our shout out this morning, back at school, did you play a sport or have some sort of activity? Maybe it was netball, it was cricket, rugby, soccer, maybe it was ballet. We'll be talking to the Nutcracker people a little bit later on. But my question to you is, many, many decades later, or maybe just a decade later, did you go back to playing those sports thinking, I really want to go play netball again, I really want to go run again? I'd like to hear your story on this. So 072-702-1702. We'd like to hear from you this morning.
So I started cricket before school. I started actually playing when I was 3, and at one stage I was the youngest person playing cricket in the country. Thanks.
Join us.
Let's walk the talk.
This is 702.
Things you need to know about today. Now, former SARS Commissioner Mahashula, you would have heard this in Eyewitness News. He's passed away at the age of 63 after a long illness and an extended stay in a hospital. His family confirmed the news last night. Mahashula, who held senior roles at Telkom, SAB, and later led the Revenue Service, is being remembered as a humble, warm, and deeply committed public servant. Then thousands of Itala Bank customers are finally set to access their frozen funds from next week after almost a year without their money. National Treasury is releasing up to 2.2 billion rand with payouts starting on Monday through FNB branches. Itala was pushed into liquidation in January after being declared insolvent. Here's a story. YouTube is pushing back against Australia's new rule banning under-16s from social media, calling the plan rushed and also counterproductive. From next Wednesday, platforms like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube must remove underage accounts or face heavy fines. I've got a question for you this morning. Should we be doing the same thing in our country? Should we be banning social media under 16? Should we make sure that our kids don't go onto social media? I'd like your thoughts on this. Are the Aussies onto something? 072-702-1702. Then, other stories making news. The White House gearing up to widen its travel ban to roughly 30 countries as the U.S. tightens immigration controls after last week's shooting that killed a National Guard member in Washington. And it was on this day in 1966 that Dionne Warwick released her 6th studio album, Here Where There Is Love. Now, the project that catapulted her from rising star to crossover powerhouse was this one, powered by the timeless songwriting of Burt Bacharach and Hull David. The album became her only release to top the Billboard R&B chart and her first to break into the top 20. So there you go. There we go. On this day in 1966.
702. Up next.
The Big Interview.
EWN Traffic.
It's exactly 14 minutes past 7. This Eyewitness News traffic brought to you by Outsurance. SMS out to 45142 now, and you could save on your car insurance. If you don't, ask them for 500 Rand. Right, are more problems on the N12 East?
That's correct, Ray. That's in the Naturena area. It's due to an accident reported right near the N1 exit. It's causing heavy traffic volumes already heading towards the Kloof interchange. And the Golden Highway is also affected between Devlinda and Meredale areas. This is due to the long-term roadworks that are taking place along the route while traveling on Chris Honey Road. This is just as you leave Soweto. Do expect delays approaching the M1 exit. And then traveling in Alberton, we've got some delays reported on the N3 North between Leondale Road and Heidelberg Road. More updates coming up. Do stay tuned.
There's more EWN on air, online, and on the EWN app.
The Outsurance pointsmen can't help you untangle your tree lights, but they can ease the traffic congestion so you get home in time to make it to a fun family activity. With the Outsurance pointsmen on the roads for the past 20 years, we can all get where we need to be quickly and safely this festive season. Outsurance really means it when they say you always get something out. In proud partnership with 702, show them some love online using #pointsmenlove, a licensed insurer and FSP.
702.
The Big Interview.
The Madlanga Commission of Inquiry, they were tasked to find out what exactly was happening in the police, following the allegations of organized crime running rampant at top levels of the police. It's been alleged that the Minister on Special Leave, that's what I'm calling him, the Minister on Special Leave of the police, Senzo Hunu and others have been associating with the wrong people. There were allegations of a gangster syndicate stretching from Durban all the way up to Gauteng. But that's just one matter, and this is something that has left many people quite perplexed. What has come to light in the city of Ekurhuleni can only be described as horrific. A disgraced suspended acting Metro Police Chief, Julius Mkhwanazi, who ran the area as his fiefdom. The original EMPD police head, Isaac Mapayea, who's facing his own special set of allegations, including rape. A retired municipal manager, Imogen Mashazi, who refused to protect those who came to her for help. Women said to her, "We are under pressure from these guys, and please help us." And, well, she didn't. This is just some of what the commission has heard. So joining us is Chad Thomas, crime expert at the IRS Forensic Investigations. Chad, hi, good morning. Good to have you on 702.
Thank you so much for the invitation. Good morning to the listeners.
Let's go through what we heard yesterday. Now, suspended, he's acting Ekurhuleni Police Chief, Julius Mkhwanazi, been testifying before the commission. What's your take on how he handled things yesterday? I thought he was bumbling.
Honestly, this is a man who in his CV claimed to have undertaken a course at the FBI in 2005 in respect of interview techniques, interrogation, and body language. When one read his body language yesterday, saw the vast consumptions of water, the stretching, the sweating, that was a man who was definitely not very comfortable in terms of the testimony that he was giving.
Right, so we've heard from him, we've heard from Kat Matlala, but I still feel we are not getting the truth out here. Will we get there? And also as well, I mean, I think the bottom line is, Chad, will we see arrests? Because this is shocking.
I think we will, and we've got two parallel processes at the moment. We've got the ad hoc committee from Parliament side, and of course we've got the Madlanga Commission. And then on the peripheries, there's other commissions that can in some way be associated with this, such as the Nkabinde Commission of Inquiry into childcare's fitness to hold office as the Gauteng South DPP. This comes into play, although this was something that was long in the waiting, it goes to some of what was said by Mkhwanazi at that infamous July 6 presser, where he said members from the NPA had been captured or were making decisions in favor of certain individuals. So the main thing for me that's come out of all of this is that Mkhwanazi has been vindicated, because where there's smoke, there's fire. And he came, some say with receipts, some say not with enough receipts, but what most of what he said at July 6 has played out, and we've now heard confirmation, verification, validation from third sources, even from people that he identified as being rogue actors, have themselves acknowledged to being involved in, let's call it, less than kosher activities, the likes of Brown Mahotsi, for example.
Yeah. IRS Forensic Investigations, you guys build cases, you track people down, etc., etc. How difficult is it to build cases after what you've heard? Because there's a lot of testimony, but we need hard evidence. If this is going to go to court, if these people are going to be prosecuted, I mean, what is your take on this? Is this going to happen?
Very valid point, and it's something that came out of Zondo that a lot of the public were unaware of. Zondo made recommendations, and a parallel process was introduced known as the Investigating Directorate, which now has a new name, the Investigating Directorate Against Corruption. And they are the lead investigators into the findings that came out of the Zondo Commission, as well as other issues such as PPE fraud and other issues of corruption around state officials. So everybody thought that Zondo Commission, those findings were binding, and boom, these guys are going to be prosecuted immediately. It doesn't work that way. There, it's on the basis of reasonability. Whereas when you take something to court and it gets enrolled, it has to be beyond a shadow of doubt, and that's because the state is loath to enroll something where there isn't a prospect of a successful prosecution. What's different about Madlanga Commission is we've seen parallel processes taking place almost immediately. We've seen IDAC making arrests. We've seen IPID being held to account. We've seen the Office of the DPCI judge being brought in. We know that although the IGI of intelligence has been suspended, they still have an investigative capacity and that they are busy investigating. So this is a lot different to what we saw coming out of Zondo, because Zondo we waited till the very end, whereas with Madlanga, things are happening parallel to the testimony that we're hearing.
And something else we do need is lifestyle audits. We need to have a look specifically with the Ekurhuleni Metro Police Department officials. What do they have? They were giving themselves salary increases. And of course, you got Kat Matlala. He wasn't doing this for free. This was not a PR exercise, as he said, a marketing ploy. It had nothing to do with marketing. He did nothing for free.
No, of course not. Kat Matlala is somebody that needs to be placed under a microscope. There's a lot of scrutiny in terms of his relationship with various officials, both within SAPS as well as within EMPD. What's very interesting to note, and you mentioned lifestyle audits, is that we started investigating as IRS Vusi Kat Matlala more than 2 years ago in a scheme known as Ride to Own. And this was a scheme where they were using people's credibility to purchase high-end vehicles, and those high-end vehicles would then not go to the people whose names they were in, but to people who may necessarily fall under lifestyle audits, that those vehicles never came up on their names. So they were finding ways in which to get around lifestyle audits by giving people these luxury cars that were actually in the names of third parties who were caught up in this horrific scheme, which is now the focus of a Pretoria Specialized Commercial Crimes investigation by the Hawks. So it's a very interesting dynamic that you raise the lifestyle audit along with Kat Matlala, who's somebody who actually found a way to get around it for those that he was enabling.
Gosh. Have we had enough time to hear everything here? Because it sounds like, chatting to you and talking to you and hearing what you've just said, have we had enough time to actually get all this evidence together, or is this going to take years?
It's going to take time. You must remember that the police has been decimated for 25 years since it was politicized. The very first non-career police officer appointed was in 2000. That's a quarter of a century ago, and that was Jackie Celebi. We all know how that turned out with Glenn Gliotti. We had the Ria Pierre appointment. She wasn't a career police officer. We know what happened with Marikana. We had Becky Cele appointed as police commissioner without any policing experience. He landed up being dismissed based on the police head office lease debacle with Rushabangu, 500 million rand for the Sanlam Minister to become the new police head office. When you see the leadership at the top so fractured, so factionalized, creating what we call empire building, how do you honestly expect the police in the lower ranks to fulfill their obligations and their duties if they're not being led correctly? And that's why we're now realizing why crime is such a problem in South Africa. We've got so much good in our country. We have a functioning democracy, functioning judiciary, yet crime has remained at an all-time high. And now we've got the answers to that. It's because there's been this significant lack of leadership.
Yeah, right. Let's talk about that leadership. Minister, I call him Minister on Special Leave, Senzo Mchunu, talking about the national picture. He's been drumming home the idea that the political killings task team needed to be disbanded because there was duplication. That there was no reason for them to be there. Does his argument hold any water?
No. We had the honor of getting to work with members of the PKTT in respect of the assassination of DJ Somebody. We represented the Sifoka family. We also represent other families that have been the victims of assassinations where they've lost loved ones. The Pena family where Maruma Pena was assassinated, the Mafola family where Mpho Mafola was assassinated. And I can tell you this is a unit that was wanting to get to the bottom of it. And if it wasn't for the Armand Swart assassination through mistaken identity, they wouldn't have been able to get to where they were wanting to be. Yet people were trying to scupper what they were doing. Whether Senzo Mchunu was doing it deliberately or whether he was receiving bad advice, we need to ascertain, because when he took office, he was saying the right things, he was doing the right things, he convened the very first anti-crime summit, and we all thought, myself included, that he was the right man for the job. Unlike Cat in the Hat, he wasn't looking for sound bites, he was doing things, and he seemed to come across as exceptionally victim-centric. So I'm still at a loss to understand the decision-making that he made, and whether or not it was through influence, or whether he just received bad advice or wasn't up to the job.
Yeah, Chad, I can just imagine your office wall must be this massive spider's web of things that interconnect. We've gone from the Tembisa Hospital all the way through to Ekurhuleni. We've gone from that to national to deputy commissioner. The list goes on and goes on. The commission is facing a deadline to finish. Have they heard enough?
No, most definitely not. Same with the ad hoc committee. They haven't heard enough either. Same with the Inkabinda Commission of Inquiry into Chauke's ability to hold office or fitness to hold office. We need more time. We can't let it drag too long. We're hoping for an interim report by mid-December from Madlanga, which is the most important inquiry taking place at the moment. And I think they'll meet that deadline of an interim report. And they're going to basically say, yes, there was merit to what was said by Mkhwanazi. We need to carry on. This is what's so important, is there's merit to what he said. We've seen it play out in front of us. It's become a soap opera for all of us. And it's important to understand that Mkhwanazi came and he has created this reckoning which was so desperately needed by us.
You look at IDAC and the Special Investigations Task Team. Are they strong enough to pick up the ball? They have already. They've made their arrests. They've had their raids. But are they strong enough to carry that ball right over the try line at the end and continue the work of the Madlanga Commission and make sure that this time around, unlike what happened during state capture, we do see arrests and we do see prosecutions?
If they are fully capacitated, we're going to see a difference. People tend to knock the Hawks, trying to imply that they were meant to be Scorpions 2.0, but they never had the budget, the resources, the capacity of the Scorpions. The most they were ever capacitated was 60%. They backed down to 50% of the required manpower, which means their members are working literally double the amount of dockets they should be. IDAC is now purportedly Scorpions 2.0. They just don't have the numbers of people to be able to effectively make a massive difference. And everybody is fishing from the same pond when it comes to IDAC, when it comes to the NPA, when it comes to the Hawks, when it comes to the police. There's a lack of experienced veteran detectives within these organizations and prosecutors. And they need to start looking for more support from the private sector. They need more budget from Treasury, and they need to incentivize their members to be able to pay them on a level that is consistent with that of the private sector, to be able to attract the right people into the right positions who are also passionate about their country and want to make a difference in this fight against organized crime.
That's exactly what Shamila Batoy said. She's the outgoing head of the NPA, and of course they're looking for a successor for her. Chad Thomas, crime expert at IRS Forensic Investigations, thank you so much for coming onto the program this morning. Your reaction, 702 Land, from what you've heard, where do you think we stand in the process of finding justice?
EWN Traffic.
28 minutes past 7 o'clock. This EWN Traffic brought to you by South African Airways. SAA now operates 2 flights today to Gaborone this morning and afternoon departures. Book now at flysaa.com. On the roads, there were 1 or 2 problems.
Yes, Ray. Well, if you're traveling out of Naturena, do expect delays on the N1 North. There's been an accident right at the N12 split. It is causing delays towards the Deep Kloof interchange, and traveling on the Golden Highway, bumper-to-bumper traffic between Colander Road and the M1. While heading towards Alberton, do expect delays coming out of Spruitview on the N3 North between Leondale Road and Heidelberg Road. More updates coming up. Stay tuned.
There's more EWN on air, online, and on the EWN app.
Experience Johannesburg to Gaborone with South African Airways, where comfort meets convenience. Enjoy premium service, flexible morning and afternoon departures, and the warm hospitality SAA is known for. For a limited time, a return fares start from just 2,762 Rand, all-inclusive. Book by 4 December at flysaa.com. South African Airways, bringing you closer. T's and C's apply.
EWN Business.
Right, Mateo. So it's been a tough environment, I suppose, but First Rand reporting solid earnings.
Yeah, Ray, First Rand's first half results look quite good with operational and financial performances trending in line with their expectations. Retail lending volumes were also up with a stronger second half trajectory, while full year earnings growth is expected to be in the high to mid-teens. According to the bank, the macroeconomic environment, the broader economy in South Africa has been quite tough this year, and most of the operations, including the rest of Africa has been quite slow to improve.
Yeah, but there's others as well. Retail giant Inditex shooting the lights out as sales go up, so it's good for them as well.
Yeah, this is the Zara owner, Inditex, saying they beat analyst expectations for the start of its fourth quarter. The company's sales growth hit 10.6% in November. This is, of course, a period that also includes the crucial Black Friday weekend. The results from Inditex are widely seen as a bellwether for global fast fashion and offer an early read of how retailers fared during the key discounting season, and also a strong signal going into the festive season. Inditex owns brands like Zara, Pull & Bear, Massimo Dutti, Bershka, and Zara Home.
But the Rand's also been shooting the lights out. Well, not really, but it's doing pretty well.
Look, it's been most of the year. A lot of strength that we've seen across from the Rand at 17.06 against the US dollar this morning, at 19 Rand 87 against the Euro, and at 22 Rand 73 cents against the British Pound. Price of gold at $4,196 an ounce, while platinum is at $1,661. Brent crude at $62.90 a barrel. More business after 8.
Thanks, Mateo. 7:31 is the time. This Eyewitness News brought to you by Outsurance. SMS out to 45142 now, and you could save in your car insurance. If you don't, ask them for 500 rands in cash. Right, Safiso Zulu. The DA in Swane, they're not happy with the mayor, are they?
That's right, Ray. They're accusing Mayor Nasipi Moya of failing to take action against her deputy, Eugene Modise, following a damning report against him. The report has found that Modise unethically benefited from a company doing business with the Metro. Moya has denied protecting Modise, saying council processes are ongoing. The DA yesterday opened a criminal case against the deputy mayor at the Brooklyn Police Station in Pretoria. Tabiso Goba reports.
A forensic investigation report commissioned by the municipality found Tshwane Deputy Mayor and Finance MMC Eugene Modise to have violated the Councillor's Code of Conduct. It says Modise benefits from Triotic Protection Services, which has a multi-million rand security contract with the municipality. On the back of this, the DA's Tshwane Caucus leader Celia Brink says it's untenable for Modise to continue serving as Deputy Mayor and Finance MMC.
Mayor Nasipi Moya has not fired him despite him holding the crucial finance portfolio, and the ANC's coalition partners have voted to protect him from being removed as a councillor.
The mayor's office says an ad hoc committee has been established to consider the report, and it would be premature for the mayor to make any pronouncements until that process is complete. Tabiso Koba, Eyewitness News.
Higher Education Minister Manamela has given Vaal University of Technology a stern warning to account for claims of fraud and corruption or face the hawks. An internal VUT investigation uncovered that since 2018, an employee at the institution has been allegedly selling fake degrees to foreign nationals. It is believed senior management may have been in possession of credible evidence from a whistleblower for more than a year without taking action. Manamela has now given VUT until tomorrow to respond to concerns about possible illegal registrations and irregular admissions. Higher Education Department spokesperson Matsepo Sidat.
The minister reiterates that the sale of degrees is a criminal offence. Should the university's internal processes prove insufficient, it is a matter that the department will take to the Directorate for Priority Crime Investigation, commonly known as the Hawks.
Cape Town Mayor Jordan Hill-Lewis says the Metro's latest crime data highlights increased gang violence in vulnerable communities. Statistics reveal that gang activity is the biggest contributor of contact crimes in the Metro. 4 of the top 5 police stations in Cape Town with the highest number of contact crimes in the country are in the city. Ntutuzelo Nene reports.
Between April and June this year, the Western Cape saw 282 gang-related murders and 710 firearm-related murders. In the July to September period, a further 293 gang-related murders and 700 firearm-related murders were reported. Mayor Jordan Hill-Lewis says local enforcement agencies are working hard to arrest perpetrators of these crimes, but the conviction rate is worrying.
They are incredibly successful in confiscating illegal firearms, but the tragedy, only 5% of those cases result in convictions.
Ndutuzelo Nene, Eyewitness News.
And the UN General Assembly has called for the immediate and unconditional return of Ukrainian children forcibly transferred to Russia. The Assembly adopted the non-binding resolution last night. Russia was among the states that rejected the measure. Ukraine has accused Russia of abducting at least 20,000 Ukrainian children since the start of the conflict in February 2022. While Russia admits that some children were taken from combat zones for their own protection, Moscow's deputy UN envoy has slammed the resolution. A partly cloudy day in store for Gauteng with showers expected today. The temperatures are at lows of 14 and 15 degrees, peaking at highs between 21 and 23.
And in the traffic, we've got an accident reported on the N3 North. It's right near Van Buren Road. Delays coming out of the Yelands interchange. And speaking of the N3, in the Spruitview area, we still have got delays. This is between Leondale Road and Heidelberg Road.
The top story this hour, the DA in Tshwane has accused Mayor Nasipi Moya of failing to take action against her deputy Eugene Modise following a damning report against him.
You could spend 10 minutes hunting for the TV remote or get a 10-minute quote from OUTsurance that could save you thousands on your car insurance. SMS out to 45142. Like 29-year-old Sana, who now pays an incredibly low 796 Rand a month for her 2025 Jetua Dashing. With OUTsurance Comprehensive, you get 24/7 roadside assistance in case you break down, run out of petrol, lock your keys in the car, and more. SMS out to 45142. Get used to getting more. After switching, 65-year-old Helena now pays only 398 Rand a month for her 2025 Hyundai Exter. Not an OUTsurance client yet? Get a quick and easy quote today. If OUTsurance can't beat what you're paying, ask them for 500 Rand. Make that 1,500 Rand if you've been claim-free and with the same insurer for 3 years. Savings or cash, you have nothing to lose. SMS out to 45142. That's out to 45142. OUTsurance, licensed insurer and FSP. TCs and information online. Limits apply.
Clement Maniatella.
Weekday mornings,
9 to 12.
9 to 12.
So Julius Mkhonazi has been testifying at the Madlanga Commission, and he's all over the place. He really is. Some of the things he's saying are not making sense. He touches on things and then he leaves them. It's not making sense to me either. How does Ket Matala say, I'm going to donate these vehicles to you guys, Jay? You just donate cars to a metro. You don't expect anything in return. Oh, when they have the state of the city address and they're concerned about security that may be breached, you offer your services again. In fact, he didn't offer them because Julius Mkhonazi says, I went and met Ket Ngamla, as they used to call each other. And Ket Matala didn't ask for anything in return. And you said, oh, I actually want this for advertising. Yet your vehicles are not even branded. It's just not making sense.
Clements Maniatella.
9 to 12 on 702.
The team's on a roll today. Let me focus on payroll. Duty calls in the kitchen. That's why I have a business insurer that is agile and on the ball all the time on all things. I chose My Way Business Insurance, getting 24/7 emergency service and saving on my premiums, plus my business assist to handle my admin.
Visit myway.co.za or dial 0860 64 64 64 and get a quote today. My Way is a licensed non-life insurer and FSP. T's, C's and standard rates apply. My Way. Live your way.
We did it once and it was big. We did it twice and it was bigger. Now the Motor Select Demo Deal Dash is even bigger than ever before. And it's happening this Friday and Saturday only. Get up to 100,000 Rand trade-in assist on over 1,800 demo models from 26 leading brands. Backed by SA's largest and leading dealer network. 2 days only. Visit motorselect.co.za to shop the demo range now.
In ancient Corinth, as Alexander the Great approached the philosopher Diogenes and offered to grant him any wish, Diogenes simply replied, "Stand a little out of my son." At Plus 94 Research, we believe in illuminating the path to informed decisions. By removing the shadows of uncertainty, we let the light of data-driven insights shine through. Don't let assumptions cloud your vision. Step into the light of clarity. Plus 94 Research. The science of decision-making. 702.
WhatsApp us on 072 702 1702.
Good morning, Ray. My recommendation to the commissions would be we build a separate prison for all the delinquents, the so-called leaders, so that they can work for the people that's affected and for the decisions that they've made that leads us here where we find ourselves as a country today. And I know in the future, because now they've got amnesia, they've got diabetes, they have old age, all those sicknesses, dementia, and all of that. They can work themselves there and then amongst themselves, because the high life that they lived, they can now live it there nicely together and make a difference unto themselves and for their families too. Thank you.
Thank you for your WhatsApp. You see, I disagree with you. I wouldn't put them in the same prison. I wouldn't have a special prison for them whatsoever. I would put them into general population in a normal prison with the other murderers and rapists and all the rest of it. Because if they sat together in a facility, it would be like the old boys club. Before you know it, they'd have cigars, they'd have something to drink, and then they would also be watching television and having a really good time. So maybe Gen Pop for them would be a great idea.
702.
What's the question?
What's the question? Brought to you by Outsurance. It's your chance to win up to 3,000 Rand in cash. First 1,000 Rand for the answer, and then a little bit later on 2,000 Rand if you can give us the question. So SMS out to 45142 now, and you could save on your car insurance. If you don't ask for 500 Rands in cash. So we need to get ourselves an answer. Let's go to Tracy in Mpumalanga. Hi, Tracy. Good morning. What then is your answer?
Hi, Ray. The answer today is 1969.
Ooh, that's a nice one. 1969. Do you have a quote with Outsurance?
I don't have any insurable assets.
You don't? Oh, you don't have any insurable assets? Well, then I'm going to let you off. There we go. You just won 1,000 Rands in cash. Great answer, Tracy. 1,000 Rands in cash. So the answer, 1969. What then is the question? Give us a call, 011-883-0702. We'll take the fifth caller this morning.
EWN Sport.
Sydney Police, I've got a question for you. I've been meaning to ask you. Way back in high school, did you like play netball or something like that?
Yes, I did.
Yes.
Why?
No, I'm just asking because, before you answer, many years later, we've been chatting about it this morning, people saying they've gone back decades later and they've started playing netball because they want to play that. They miss that. Yeah.
So I played, yes, I played netball at first team level at school. And I played hockey at first team level at school. I did cricket scoring in the summer because our school didn't have a pool, so there was no swimming, was not an option.
Wow.
I played softball for a season. I loved sport, obviously.
Yeah.
And I did actually play, so after school we played action netball. There used to be an arena here in Sandton, and we played for quite a few years. Then we had a team called the Prime Warriors, which was made up of all our colleagues here at Prime Media.
Yes.
We did well. We won the league a few times there. I absolutely love indoor netball. I just know that at my age, if I have to play, so we stopped playing. The team kind of dissolved after COVID. So we still played a couple of seasons after COVID, but then people started having babies, etc., etc. Everyone's much younger than me.
Life got in the way.
I remember one night coming off the court and my heart rate was 190, and for that, most people would be dead. But naturally, my heart rate is high when I exercise. And I'd love to go back to indoor netball, but now I think if I had to get a heart rate of 190, I would 100% die.
Yeah, you would.
Netball is one of the fastest, most exciting sports you will play. And it's quite interesting because we had a mixed league as well. We played men and women against each other. You'll be surprised how many men play netball and go, sure, that's fast and it's hectic and it's fun.
Yeah, but it's fun. You know, we don't play netball. Of course we do.
And it's actually quite rough. You're not supposed to touch each other, but it's actually very rough. Very rough.
Gosh. Okay. Well,
anyway,
there's an answer to my question.
There's a long answer to your question, and let me get to my job.
Yes, Sundowns, please.
10-man Mamelodi Sundowns came from a goal down last night to draw with Sibolele 1-1 and missing the chance to go back top of the table. Coach Cardoso's not panicked.
Next match. That's the only way to play when you have several competitions ahead. This is an experienced club, experienced team, experienced players, experienced coach. Life is lived day after day because tomorrow everybody can be dead. We never know what happens. So in football it's the same. We prepare next match. We focus on the following one. Sekekone beat Magesi 1-0 to move up to third.
The Chiefs goalless with Chipper. Stellenbosch lost again, this time to Polokwane 2-1. Durban City cruised past Orbit College 3-0. In the Premier League, Leeds stunned Chelsea 3-1 to leave the Blues 9 points off the top. Boss Enzo Maresca.
No, but it's not because we perform so well against Arsenal or so well against Barcelona or so well the last month that we are going to perform always in the same way. For different reasons, it's not possible because situation that you have to manage, players that you have to rotate. So for sure, for different reasons, the level is not going to be always the same.
Chelsea's dropped to fourth behind Aston Villa, who beat Brentford 4-3. Arsenal still 4 points clear after beating Brighton 2-0. Liverpool were rescued by an own goal in a 1-1 draw with Sunderland. Crystal Palace beat Burnley 1-0. Wolves lost to Nottingham Forest 1-0. It's the second Ashes test on the go, where England, who elected to bat first a short while ago, 70 for 2. Stark had removed Duckett and Pope for Ducks early on. Australia leads the 5-match series 1-0. In Christchurch, New Zealand 416 for 4, a lead of 480 over the West Indies on day 3. Ravindra made 176. Latham was removed for 145. Well, yesterday the Proteas beat India by 4 wickets to level the ODI series. Kohli and Jacquard scored centuries, setting the Proteas a target of 359. Markram's 110 off 98 got the Proteas off to the perfect start, followed by Breetzke's 68, Brevis' 54. Here's Markram.
Belief and confidence are probably the two things that you can take as a group. To chase quite a big number, I think, gives the group belief and confidence that the next time you're in that position, we've done it before and we can do it again. And again, I mean, it's a world-class team in their home conditions, and to get a win against India in their backyard is no easy feat. So again, you take that confidence and belief as a group.
Deciding ODIs on Saturday. Nedbank Golf Challenge started Sun City this morning. 13 South Africans in the field, the top 3 being Lawrence, Bezuidenhout and Potgieter. Springbok Eben Etzebeth being made to wait for the outcome of his disciplinary hearing for eye gouging in the Wales game. It's reported the disciplinary panel can't conclude if it was intentional or reckless.
Really?
And they deliberated for apparently over 5 hours. We could wait until at least Sunday for a decision.
Oh, I don't know what to make of that.
That's okay. Neither does the
nobody does. Okay.
All right.
All right,
Sorry,
then.
you're fine. And if you missed the draw for the 2027 Rugby World Cup, the Springboks drawn with Italy, Georgia and Romania for the pool stages. Cindy Paluta, Eyewitness News Sport.
EWN Traffic.
Thank you, Cindy. 13 minutes to 8 o'clock. Right, I'm all the traffic. Yes or no?
Well, Ray, we've got delays in Boksburg along the N17 West. This is due to roadworks that are taking place right near Rondebolt Road. There's also roadworks along the N3 North. In fact, both directions between Marlborough Drive and the Baku interchange causing delays while traveling towards Van Buren Road on the N3. Do expect heavy traffic volumes coming out of the Elands interchange. An accident has been reported there. And then there's also queuing traffic along the N1 North between the N12 exit and the Diepkloof interchange. An earlier accident is causing these delays as well as peak time delays. So please be on the lookout and continue driving with care. More updates coming up. Stay tuned.
There's more EWN on air, online, and on the EWN app.
You could spend 10 minutes hunting for the TV remote or get a 10-minute quote from Outsurance that could save you thousands on your car insurance. For her 2024 Kia Picanto, 52-year-old Janine now only pays 561 Rand a month. And for her 2025 Jatura Dashing, 29-year-old Sana pays just 796 Rand a month. Ready to get more out of your car insurance? SMS out to 45142. That's out to 45142. Outsurance, licensed insurer and FSP. TCs and information online.
At Checkers, we do more so you get extra this Christmas with over 2 billion Rand in festive savings. Like Parmalat Everfresh Long Life Milk, a 1 litre 6-pack for 89.99. And Twin Saver 2-ply white toilet rolls, 24-pack for 159.99. Plus, stand a chance to win your share of 7 million Rand in prizes. Simply buy any 3 qualifying products and swipe your extra savings card to enter. Valid until Sunday with Checkers. T&Cs apply.
Hey guys, this is Robert Marawa, Hollywood Bet's brand ambassador. Playing responsibly is part of the winning strategy. Make smart choices and continue to score. If you or someone that you know needs help, call the South African Responsible Gambling Toll-Free Counseling Line on 0800 006 008 or WhatsApp help to 076 675 0710. Hollywood Sportsbook is a licensed betting operator. Hollywood Bet supports responsible gambling. No persons under the age of 18 years are permitted to gamble. Winners know when to stop.
702.
What's the question?
What's the question? Brought to you by Outsurance. It's your chance to win now 2,000 rands in cash. We got the answer for you. It was Tracy. She said the answer is 1969. If you can give us the question, you will win 2,000 rands courtesy of Outsurance in 702. All right, I said I'd take the fifth caller this morning, so that's Boy Pello. Good morning, Boy Pello. Welcome to 702. If I said to you, or Tracy said to you, 1969 being the answer, what then is the question?
Dumelang, Maluma Ray. The question would be, in which year on this day was the American rapper businessman Jay-Z born?
Oh, absolutely. You've got a quote. You have got a quote, Boy Fellow.
I do have it.
Well, then, Dumilang to you. You have got 2,000 rands in cash, courtesy of Outsurance in 702. Happy birthday to Sean Corey Carter, better known as Jay-Z, born in 1969. Sofiso earlier saying that KG played the wrong song. He got his Jay-Z wrong. Well then, listen to this.
Hottest cars New Yorkers ever seen. For dropping some of the hottest verses rappers ever heard. From the dope spot with the smoke block, thinking the murder scene. You know me well from nightmares of a lonely cell. My only hell, but since when y'all know me to fail? Nah, we all my niggas with the rubber grips. Or shots. And if you with me, mama, rub on your and whatnot. I'm from the school of the...
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the eighth wonder of the world. The flow of the century, always timeless. Oh! Thank you for coming out tonight. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us. We appreciate that.
H to the Izzo, V to the Izzy. For shizzle, my nizzle used to dribble down in VA. Was hurting them in the home of the turbans. Got it dirt cheap for them. Plus, if they were short with cheese, I would work with them. More than we got rid of that dirt for them. Wasn't born hustlers, I was birthing them. H to the Izzo, V to the Izzy. For sheezy, my kneesy, keep my arms so breezy. Can't leave rap alone, the game needs me. Haters want me clapped and chrome, it ain't easy. Cops wanna knock me, DA wanna box me in. But somehow, I beat them charges like Rocky. H to the Izzo, V to the Izzy. Turn them. That's right, that's what I do. Come on. No, I ain't never let you down. Get up, I get, get up, I get, get up, I get, yeah. Yo, first I snatched the streets, then I snatched the charts. First I had their ear, now I have their heart. Rappers came and went, I've been here from the start. I seen them put it together, watch them take it apart. Seen the rovers roll up with ribbons. I seen them repo, resold, and re-driven. So when I reload, he holds #1 positions. When you hot, I'm hot. And when your feet cold, mine's a sizzling. It's plain to see. Can't with me, cause I'ma be that for life. This is not an image, this is God-given. This is hard living mixed with crystal sipping. It's the most consistent hope.
You know, Amo, we have the Whiz quiz where we score our youngsters out of 10. What do we score KG out of 10 for his mix?
A big 8 out of 10.
Oh!
Particularly because he didn't play like my ultimate favorite Jay-Z song in his mix. So the 2 would go to that. But
all right.
Definitely a whopping 8 out of 10.
Bapalila?
I'll give him a good 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10. Okay. I'll give you 9.5 because I was rocking there. Thank you, KG. Happy birthday to Sean Corey Carter, better known as Jay-Z, born on this day in 1969. There we go. That's What's the Question? Of course, brought to you by Outsurance in 702.
You could spend 10 minutes waiting for the microwave to beep. Or get a 10-minute quote from Outsurance that could save you thousands on your car insurance. For his 2024 Suzuki Jimny, 55-year-old Stefan now pays only 611 Rand a month. And for her 2024 Kia Sonet, 31-year-old Palisa pays just 926 Rand a month. Ready to get more out of your car insurance? SMS out to 45142. That's out to 45142. Outsurance, licensed insurer and FSP. TCs and information online.
Sana. He said that till slip is like the N1 highway. It's long. Thanks, Captain Obvious. I got it. It's why I got the new discount better rewards card that gets me 10% off instantly on over 140 brands. And then, does it not tell me over 140 brands means thousands of products? Exactly. That's why your discount till slip never look better. Injalo ke sana.
If you think you cannot afford a lawyer, think again. Clientele Legal has made professional legal services affordable. You receive up to 745,000 rand worth of legal services per year. Our range of plans include cover for you, your spouse, children, and extended family. Plans include cover for civil, criminal, and labor-related matters. Whether it's protection orders, gender-based violence, uncontested divorce, or poor service, your Clientele Legal lawyer will be there to assist you. Our services are convenient. Simply pick up the phone and call your lawyer or send us an email and we'll get back to you. All plans include a bail benefit of up to 5,000 rand and we'll go to the police station and pay it for you. Plus, Clientele Legal offers you 24-hour telephonic legal advice. SMS Legal to 48721. That's legal to 48721. Clientele General is an authorized FSP and licensed non-life insurer. T's and C's online. Standard rates apply.
702
702. What's gone viral?
with Kabazela.
Morning, Kabazela.
Hey, good morning to you, Ray.
Okay, in your household, what is the dreaded question for some? The dreaded question.
Yeah, look, I think this is in most households, and it's, what's for dinner? What are we having for dinner tonight? And I mean, there's obviously probably one person that comes up with what to have. And then they're probably the ones who also have to go and buy it and prepare it and all that kind of thing. So it's a heck of a difficult thing. I mean, my missus, because I get home a little bit later than what she does, she will make dinner. So she has to come up with the idea of what to have for dinner most nights. And you know, when she'll send me a message maybe during the day and she'll say, what do you feel like for dinner tonight? I'm like, I don't really know. Surprise me. And I can imagine when she gets that response, she's like, oh, this guy never, just give me an idea.
Help me out here, please.
And we're talking about this because a woman posted a video at a pressure cooker standing in the kitchen saying, I'm pretty sure I missed the part where I signed up to be in charge of a new dinner idea every night until the day I die. So it's a heck of a difficult thing to come up with ideas, but maybe you've got a plan. Maybe you have, on every Monday night or Tuesday night, it's chops, or it's a chicken casserole, or it's takeout Fridays, whatever it may be. So in your household, whose responsibility is it to come up with the dinner ideas? Or have you sat down together as a couple for the family and said, okay, Monday nights we're going to do this, Tuesday nights we do this, Thursday nights we do this, and then you prepare or you buy during the weekend, you do meal prep or whatever it is to make it easier on yourselves? Because, I mean, we all live busy lives, we all work, and to come home after a day of hard work and to then think what's for dinner, it's a difficult thing, right?
Yeah, takeaways again. You can't live on takeaways. Trust me on that one. Okay, love it, love it, love it. Then the best bench view. I mean, there are so many.
Yeah, well, this one was a view that somebody has taken that's gone viral, and it's basically a very old, dilapidated bench. And he walks up to this bench, he sits down, and then he pans his camera up, and then there's this beautiful rolling hills and lovely mountain peaks and all that kind of stuff. And the view is from a place called Val di Vunez in South Tyrol, Italy, at the Dolomites along the Adolf Munkel Trail. Really, really beautiful. But people are loving this, and I thought to myself, well, South Africa is so vast, and mountainous regions and beautiful, scenery are all over the place. Is there a place in South Africa that you have been to that perhaps has a bench for you to sit down and just admire and take in a beautiful view? Where is that place, if you have been to it, or if you know of a place? I'd love to know where it is. And if there's no bench, what is that one place in South Africa for you that when you stop and stare at it, this beautiful view, it takes your breath away, and you just sit there in calm and serenity and tranquility, and you just admire the beautiful view. Where is that for you in South Africa?
Here we go. 072 702 1702.
702.
702.
Feedback with Baphelile Sambo.
Papelele, okay, apart from giving him 6 out of 10 kg, which he still hasn't gotten over, what else are you watching?
So about that. Ray, this morning we asked our listeners what sports or extracurricular activities they did when they were young and would love to start again now in their grown-up age. 702 lenders want to go back to things like netball, tennis, soccer. Others saying that they're trying new activities like cycling, joining book clubs, and playing golf. So there's a lot of activities that people want to do, but they don't have time to do all of that.
But you go, what do you do on that Thursday night? Where do you go when you say to everyone, I'm just going to go do my thing? Do you go do Kung Fu, but you're actually a chartered accountant? What do you do? Love to hear your stories.
We'd love to hear that. And on the story you mentioned on Happening about the YouTube challenging Australia's new rule that bans under 16s from social media, 702 lenders want the same to be done in South Africa.
Do they?
Yes.
Let's ban for under 16.
For under 16 altogether.
All right, lots to talk about this
Lots
morning.
to talk about. And quickly, Ray, we got a voice note from Aubrey Muhlabine calling you all sorts of nicknames. 702 lenders actually want to put this to a test and they want to give you an official name. So they've put things like to vote for, Ray, Grotman Ray, Mkulu Ray, Uncle Ray, Bay Ray. So I'm asking 702 lenders to help us choose an appropriate nickname for you.
Sounds great. We'll give you that just before 9 o'clock this morning. Lots to talk about. It's 8 o'clock.
This is EWN.
Julius Mkhwanazi gets another chance before the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry, and Panyaza Lesufi tells ANC members to focus less on flashy things and more on service delivery. Good morning, I'm Sfiso Zulu. Suspended Ekurhuleni Metro Police boss Julius Mkhwanazi will get another chance to explain his involvement in alleged wrongdoing in the department. The Madlanga Commission has asked him to return this morning after he faced a grilling about issues including a controversial agreement with suspected criminal Kat Matlala's private security company. Mkhwanazi claims a letter bearing his signature that stated that Matlala had an endless working relationship with the EMPD was forged. Oren Singh reports.
Julius Mkhwanazi agrees that he did sign an MOU between two of Vuzimuzi Kat Matlala's companies, but claims the letter of authority Matlala was using to evade law enforcement did not bear his signature and that it was forged. Both the letter of authority and MOUs were dated and signed in October 2021, but Mkhwanazi argues the legitimacy of the letter Matlala was using.
I'm contesting it. I've said it's not. This is not my signature. It's having. It's like a big head. It's JD. This one, no. And I got this on social media too.
Mkhwanazi claims despite him signing the MOUs with Matlala's companies, it was never officially approved by EMPD. Oren Singh, Eyewitness News.
ANC Gauteng co-convener Panyaza Lesufi has urged party members in Johannesburg to refrain from using patronage or money to sway the results of the internal leadership elections. Party delegates are expected to elect a new leadership structure later this afternoon, and this leadership will steer the organization in the city for the next 3 years. Loyiso Masuku is contesting the position of regional chairperson, going head-to-head with outgoing chair Dada Morero. Alfara Mushwana reports.
Presenting his diagnostic report, Gauteng ANC co-convener Panyaza Lesufi emphasized that the public's declining trust in the party is fueled by corruption and leaders who flaunt their wealth in front of impoverished communities. Lesufi has warned that using money to influence the outcome of the internal election could have devastating consequences for the organization's future.
No one is going to buy all of us, and no one is going to abuse delegates, and there will be no one who will take advantage of our delegates.
He's urged ANC members in Johannesburg to think about the party's future as they prepare to vote for new leaders.
Instead of all of us collectively determining how to save this ship, we are squabbling amongst ourselves who's the owner of the ship. You can be the owner of the ship, but it will be at the belly of the sea. It will be a meaningless ship.
Voting at the ANC conference is expected to start at around 4 o'clock this afternoon. Alpha Ramshwana, Eyewitness News in Sandton.
The DA in Tshwane has accused Mayor Nasipi Moya of failing to take action against her deputy Eugene Modise following a damning report against him. The report has found that Modise unethically benefited from a company doing business with the Metro. Moya has denied protecting him, saying council processes are ongoing. The DA yesterday opened a criminal case against the deputy mayor at the Brooklyn police station in Pretoria. Tabiso Goba reports.
A forensic investigation report commissioned by the municipality found Tshwane Deputy Mayor and Finance MMC Eugene Modise to have violated the Councillor's Code of Conduct. It says Modise benefits from Triotic Protection Services, which has a multi-million rand security contract with the municipality. On the back of this, the DA's Tshwane caucus leader Celia Brink says it's untenable for Modise to continue serving as Deputy Mayor and Finance MMC.
Mayor Nasipi Moya has not fired him despite him holding the crucial finance portfolio, and the ANC's coalition partners have voted to protect him from being removed as a councillor.
The mayor's office says an ad hoc committee has been established to consider the report, and it would be premature for the mayor to make any pronouncements until that process is complete. Tabiso Koba, Eyewitness News.
And Parliament's International Relations Committee has requested the department to help facilitate a meeting with its U.S. counterparts to iron out matters related to its position on South Africa. This comes after the U.S. excluded South Africa from a G20 Sherpa meeting that took place on Sunday, and this is the first of the meetings under its presidency. Committee Chairperson Suprama Umapilo says Parliament must also set the record straight with U.S. lawmakers on President Donald Trump's disinformation about a white genocide in South Africa. Lindsay Dentlinker reports.
At a meeting on foreign diplomacy matters, the EFF's Ngobile Mahlango wanted to know what the department's position is on accepting U.S. Ambassador nominee to South Africa Leo Bozel if his appointment is confirmed by the U.S. Senate.
Will we allow a racist like Leo Bozel to enter and have credence in South Africa and represent and come to our soil to use the South African soil?
But Director General Zane Dangle says this will have to be a strategic consideration, given that South Africa is also still to appoint a new ambassador to the U.S. following Ibrahim Rasool's expulsion in February.
We will have to weigh in all of the factors about his past, his stance, and engage with that.
Committee Chairperson Supramohuma Pelo says it's time for MPs to engage openly with U.S. lawmakers so that issues of foreign relations and diplomacy are not only left to the department and the presidency. Lindsay Dentlinger, Eyewitness News, Parliament.
Gold is trading at $4,196.35 an ounce. The rand is at 17.05 to the dollar, 22.74 to the pound, 19.88 to the euro. Brent crude oil is at $62.90 a barrel.
And in the traffic, we've got heavy traffic volumes leaving Devlin. This is due to an accident right near the Golden Highway. It's on the N1 North. Please be on the lookout there. While traveling in a Sprayed View, we've got bumper-to-bumper traffic on the N3 North between Leondale Road and Heidelberg Road.
And in your sport, 13 South Africans in the field of the Nedbank Golf Challenge, teeing off in over an hour from now. Arsenal stays 5 points clear at the top of the league after Chelsea lost to Leeds and Liverpool held by Sunderland. Mamelodi Sundowns slip in the title race. They stay 2 points behind Orlando Pirates. And the Proteas beat India by 4 wickets to ensure the ODI series will be decided on Saturday.
A partly cloudy day in store for Gauteng with afternoon thunder showers expected. The temperatures will peak at highs between 21 and 23 degrees. The top story in EWN this hour. Suspended Ekurhuleni Metro Police boss Julius Mkhwanazi will get another chance to explain his involvement in alleged wrongdoing in the department.
EWN, in touch, in tune, and independent. For the latest, visit ewn.co.za or download the EWN app.
702 on 92.7 and 106 FM.
Streaming on the Prime Media Plus app.
And on DSTV channel 856.
The time is 8 minutes past 8 o'clock. Good morning from me, Ray White, in for Bongles this morning and tomorrow. Good to be in your company. So much to discuss on the show. Earlier on, talking about the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry, asking, do we have the adequate capacity in our law enforcement to prosecute? Because the inquiry will wrap up soon. In fact, tomorrow is the last day for this year. Then they're going to wrap up. And then they're going to deliver their report. So my question is, do we have the adequate capacity to see some sort of result I'm thinking about state capture. We're still waiting for those prosecutions. Then as well, also, who's responsible for deciding what's for dinner in your house? That's what Kabasela was asking. Mateo, I mean, do you take the decision every night, or does Mrs. Mateo turn around and go, actually, we're having this tonight because you need to eat your vegetables?
I think it's one of the hardest questions to ask every day, because once you live together and you've cooked everything you know how to cook, after a while, the ideas just run out, right? So it becomes tough to decide what you're going to have for dinner, but it's always a toss-up, whatever you feel. What do you feel like? Oh, I feel like this, and then that's what you have for dinner.
You just have it.
Because once you start overthinking it, you won't have much to eat at night.
Yeah, and those vegetables and all the rest of it, they have to be there too. So there's that. And also, do you know of a spot in South Africa that has a bench with a beautiful view, Amo? Where'd you go? I mean, if you want to go and sit somewhere on...
I think a place that I would like to go to is definitely Mpumalanga. God's Window. Definitely, and I think there is a bench on one of the because it's like a
pretty there,
like a hike. You can take a hike, and there's a place where you can sit and just take in the view.
Yeah.
So definitely that one. In Joburg, I can't think of any at the top of my mind, but I think definitely MP Mpumalanga has great, beautiful views.
They got the best ones, right?
Yeah.
702 Land, we need your help on that one. Where should we be sitting and looking? And then also as well, talking about, so if you at school, what did you go and do? Did you play netball, rugby, soccer, or whatever? But many years later, as an adult, have you started that again? Would love to hear from you. And the reason why I'm asking this is because later on, talking to the creators of the Nutcracker in South Africa. It's playing at the Teatro at Monte Cassino, and I'll be chatting to them about that. But it's all about ballet, you see, and a lot of youngsters want to go and learn how to do ballet. And I'm asking you as well, have you gone back and done ballet in your later life? So 072 7021 702.
KG on the ones and twos. KG.
We have the Whiz quiz where we score our youngsters out of 10.
Morning,
What do
mate.
they score, KG?
Morning, mate. Thank you guys so much.
KG, my man, let the music play. Let it play. What a wow. Oh gosh, you should see the goosebumps. Man, Jeff being in the vibe. Thank you, sir.
Let's walk the talk.
This is 702.
Hi, this is Kia from Brakpan. The one place that takes my breath away is in Chapman's Peak in Cape Town. Oh my goodness. And I think there's actually a bench there where you can just sit and you just listen. It's quiet, but you just listen to the waves, you listen to the birds, but just the scenery in that area, in that place, it's amazing. It is absolutely amazing. Yeah, for me it's definitely Chapman's Peak in Cape Town.
Morning, Dare. Chapdan from Whiteville in Benoni. I think the place that takes my breath away is Waterfall Boven in Mpumalanga, just before the street. Can even feel the fresh air that you breathe in when you're in that site. It's not like here in Joburg where you breathing the fumes of everything that is around. Thank you.
You're quite right. That's the big thing. You drive from Johannesburg and you go through Middelburg and areas like that, and it's flat and you've got Eskom there and there's all sorts of pollution and it carries on. But as you hit Waterfall Boven and you hit Mpumalanga, it's like a different world. You're stepping onto another planet. So you're quite right. Talking about views, where do you think is the best view? I mean, Mateo, there's lovely places here. Northcliffe, if you go look at Northcliffe.
Yeah, the Eco Park. I mean, if you go there, you get almost panoramic views of Johannesburg. Linksfield also has nice viewing areas. I think the street is Kallenbach Drive.
Oh, yeah?
Very sharp turns, quite high up on that plane. And then you can just see Johannesburg in its splendor, especially at night when you see the cars driving on the N1, and it's amazing.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. I was down in Fishhook recently, and you have Fishhook Mountain. and you have those cars coming around from Cork Bay, and I sit there for hours just watching those cars. It's absolutely beautiful. Keep your WhatsApps coming, 072-702-1702.
Hi, morning, Gabazela and Ray. This is Floris from the beautiful Western Cape. Yeah, guys, my wife works most weekends, so I do the cooking. She never asks me what I'm going to cook because she knows this. Every weekend there's something else. And then during the week, we just grab whatever there is. It's only the two of us. But at least once a week, she cooks a decent meal with all the veggies and all the razzmatazz. I love my veggies. So, yeah, that's how we roll at our house. Have a good show. Bye-bye.
I suppose it's how you cook your veggies. That's the whole thing, and how you do them. If you take roast veggies, and it's really easy, put them into the oven in that bag, Mateo, because I can see you grimacing. Put them in the oven in that bag, and you roast them. You put a little bit of salt on as well, a little bit of garlic if you like it. And that literally takes, you can do it in the microwave as well. Amo, you'll know these things. You can do it quick.
Not all the time. Quick meals are the best. So I prefer you to like really give yourself time and cook. But in my house, I'm the one who decides what everyone is going to eat.
And what do you say? How do you decide? Are you like the general?
Yeah, I write the menu every week. So on Monday, I'll write down what I think we will have for the rest of the week. It helps me to not get confused, because even when I'm away, maybe I'm working in late or whatever, then they're able to do whatever that I've planned. So, yeah, I'm the one that decides what they eat every day.
There we go.
So you can't make anything off the menu that's not on the menu.
You can, but if I feel like not cooking,
if you agree,
then they can make whatever they want to make. But most of the time, I will, stick to my menu plan.
What happens on Friday nights? Is it takeaways?
Takeouts. On Fridays, takeouts, as well as some Saturdays. I'll get them take out for lunch though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. Something else I want to talk about this morning is under the age of 16, should we ban social media in this country? Reason being, it's happening overseas in Australia, and I just thought I'd get your take on this. Would you like to see social media banned in this country for those under the age of 16? 072-702-1702.
Let's talk.
We're listening.
Good morning, Ray and the 702 listeners. My favorite bench place is a bench just off the main road at Boulders Beach in Cape Town. Stunning view. You could just sit there for hours. Unbelievable. And it's just the most relaxing, and you can just forget the world. Love it.
Hey, good morning, Ray. It's Baba here from Vanderbilt Park. Yo, Ray. And good morning to your listeners as well. The best view that I've ever had, that I always love, it's a place called the Drakensberg Sun, there by the Drakensberg Mountains. You wake up there in the morning, there's just, in summer, there's just this mist on top of the mountains, and, it's a very beautiful view. Yeah, Ray, thank you for a great show. Baba Fan.
Good morning, 702 lenders. Interesting here from the Val. I would say for myself would be a Brandwag Peak in Golden Gate. It doesn't have a bench. However, sitting on top of that mountain, it gives you the tranquility of, a new breeze. You get to see cars coming from Clarence, the others coming from Gwagwa, and then far, if you have your binoculars, you get to see slightly N5, and it's a very beautiful view.
Yeah, Mpumalanga really is beautiful. In fact, if you're coming from the Kruger National Park to Johannesburg, don't go the Bombela way. Don't go that way. Cut through the mountains as you go. I think one of the best experiences I've ever had is going the long way around. And you go through Leidenburg and places like that, and you just wind through the mountains. So I know what you're talking about with the Brandwag Peak. Mateo, the Drakensberg Sun. You've stayed there. I've stayed. Special place. Really special place.
Never been to the Drakensberg Sun, but I've been to the Drakensberg though. It's very beautiful. You literally surrounded by the mountains. Like they basically cover whichever point you are there, you're covered by those mountains. It's a very South Africa is very beautiful, really.
That's beautiful.
If you think about it,
Beautiful.
Listeners have talked about Mpumalanga, Cape Town. We've tried to talk about Johannesburg, not nearly as beautiful as the other areas, but South Africa is really one of those places where you can see a lot of places.
I think let's rephrase it a bit. What's the place in Johannesburg where you can go and find a bench somewhere? Got to be somewhere where there's a bench. The boulders in Cape Town, you got your penguins there as well. You go hang out with those little men in there.
Signal Hill as well.
Lovely, lovely. I got to stay at a hotel recently. I was doing a film shoot, and it was on Signal Hill, overlooking Cape Town. I could literally take the camera and throw it up in the air, and the footage would be perfect. It was that beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful.
EWN Traffic.
20 minutes past 8 o'clock. Amo, you spoke about roadworks earlier, still causing problems.
Yes, Ray, especially if you're traveling in the Kelvin area, particularly between the Marlborough Drive exit and the Baku interchange. So please be on the lookout there. It's on the N3, both directions of this route. While in Letchurina, we still have got that accident on the N1 North. It's right near the Golden Highway. Delays towards the Deep Kloof interchange. There's also queuing traffic on the N1 North heading towards the city of Tshwane. This is between the Flying Saucer interchange and Rigel Avenue. More updates coming up. Stay tuned.
There's more EWN on air, online, and on the EWN app.
Clientele is here to safeguard you and your family with compassion because life happens. Be part of a family that truly cares. Our funeral dignity plans have helped South Africans bury their loved ones with dignity for more than 30 years. Let us help you create a meaningful tribute that honors your life and those of your loved ones. We pay out within 24 hours and you will get double accident cover with a clientele funeral plan. Our plans are affordable. Pick the option that suits your needs. It's easy to apply. No medical examinations and no paperwork. SMS funeral to 31586. That's 31586. Clientele Life is an authorized FSP and licensed life insurer. T's and C's online. Standard rates apply.
You want to build a quality home, the eye-catching jewel of the town, but your personality type is bargain hunter. It's only been 2 months and your quality home is the neighborhood nightmare. So abantu bazotini about the peeling paint that you call abstract art, the cracked walls that look like frown lines. Skip the embarrassment and the hunting. Make smarter decisions for your home. Visit Cash Build online to order quality cement, paint, and more at the lowest prices. Cash Build.
The crazy store's got deals galore and everything you need. From tinsel presents, wrapping, and a star for your Christmas tree. We've got all sorts of games and sports, many toys to buy. Stationery, arts and crafts, come on and don't be shy. No need to panic shop, we're your one-stop Christmas spot. Your table will be dressed and you will not be stressed. When Christmas Eve is here, you'll want to sing and cheer. I got everything at the crazy store and I can't wait for next year.
Hey, you never know what you might find this Christmas.
You know what success looks like. Now discover why focus is the driving force behind every success story. Catch 702 in conversation with Momentum on The Money Show with Stephen Krutters every Thursday, discussing the science of success. Step into the mindset of top financial achievers and discover how your thinking, behavior, and focus can shape lasting financial success. That's 702 in conversation with Momentum. Thursdays on The Money Show with Stephen Krutters. Momentum, your journey to success on 702. Momentum is an authorized financial services and registered credit provider. 702, The World View.
With Adam Gilchrist.
Morning, Adam.
Good morning, Ray. How are you?
Lovely, lovely, lovely. Good to chat to you again. But what about this French swimming pool tragedy? What happened there?
Oh, my word. Yeah, this is awful. 3 teenagers in a car. It is thought the youngest of them may have been driving. So that's a 14-year-old at the wheel in wet conditions driving in southern France. The police also found nitrous oxide canisters, those little mini canisters in the back. They may have been inhaling that, which of course gives you a lightheadedness and maybe over-relaxed. Anyway, the car, in very wet conditions, skidded, hit a curb, flipped up, went over a wall and kind of half through the wall and ended up in a swimming pool in somebody's back garden. the thing is, the car landed upside down on its roof with the three teenagers inside, aged 14, 15, and 19. And because of the size of the pool, quite a small one, it was almost car-sized. So they were upside down in the pool and could not open the doors or the windows to escape. So these three lads drowned in the swimming pool, as well as sustaining some injuries from the car crash. What are the chances of that? Just horrendous. And obviously there are a few questions to be answered in the investigation.
That's a shocking story. It really is a shocking story. All right, the new flight search for flight MH370. I remember this is a decade ago. They never found this plane, but I mean, it looks like they'll have another crack now.
They're going to have another go, even though the first search was huge and involved 26 countries, including, I think, South Africa, and 60 boats, 50 aircraft, lots of people out looking all over the Indian Ocean and beyond. And only a tiny bit of wreckage was found. I think it washed up. Was it the Seychelles and Somalia? I think I'm not 100% sure, but not enough really to be from an actual plane crash or even from any kind of crash. So the wreckage never really found what happened to it. Plenty of conspiracy theories. The thought is that it had altered course deliberately, whether that's the pilots or someone else, we don't know. Had it been hijacked? Possibly. But we know it disappeared from radar screens on its way from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing, but had deviated off somewhere over the Indian Ocean at some point. It could, of course, have flown on if the transponder had been switched off. So now they will resume the search. Malaysian authorities have confirmed they will start at the end of the month on the 30th of December. The only thing is they've said they will search for 55 days. That seems terribly specific. Supposing you find something on day 54 that might be a good lead and then have to stop the search. But do you know what? We want answers, don't we? And maybe in January, February, maybe we'll get them. We'll see.
Oh, I hope so. I hope so for those families. It's been such a long time.
Absolutely.
All right. And the piece de resistance at the end, the drunk liquor store burglar. Was that a human being?
No, but equipped with a masked bandit mask, as they wear. We're talking about a raccoon. I mean, they look like burglars, don't they, with the raccoon mask on. So this raccoon broke into a liquor store in the US state of Virginia, broke in and got drunk as a skunk. Police were called. Obviously, it was a break-in. They found smashed bottles all over the store. The aisles were soaked in whiskey, bourbon, and gin. It wasn't going for the cheap stuff like, the beer or the wine. No surprise, they found the sozzled raccoon passed out, flat out next to a toilet. I'm sure that's happened to the best of us. The raccoon was taken to an animal shelter, slept it off and recovered, and ultimately was fine and released back into the wild, although presumably with a stinking headache. You kind of hope so, teach you a lesson.
Yeah.
The thing is, it is Christmas party season, Ray, isn't it? So I'm just thinking Christmas party season. Lucky the raccoon didn't find the photocopier or the broom cupboard, because we know what can happen there.
You're right. I just love the fact that he had a good taste in liquor. I think that's quite something. I really do, Adam. There we go. That's Adam Gilchrist and the Worldview.
EWN Business.
Right, no raccoons here. Matteo Price Waterhouse-Coopers announcing a leadership change.
Yeah, auditing, tax and consulting firm PwC South Africa has appointed Anastasia Chesane as its next CEO. Chesane will take over in July of 2026, succeeding Shirley Machaba, who will retire after a 24-year career at the firm. Chesane has spent 19 years at PwC and chairs the PwC South Africa Governing Board and the PwC Africa Governance Board. Dion Shango, PwC Africa CEO, says Chesane played a key role in the firm's governance and operational oversight.
Sure, interesting stuff. All right, retail giant Inditex shooting the lights out as sales go up.
Yeah, Zara owner Inditex beating analyst expectations for the start of the fourth quarter. The company's sales growth hit 10.6% in November, a period that includes the crucial Black Friday weekend. Now, shares jumped 7% at the firm in early trading yesterday. This was a 9-month high for them. The Spanish fast fashion group also reporting robust third quarter results to October, with accuracy, with the currency adjusted sales up 8.4% to hit 9.8 billion euros. That's 194 billion rand.
Wow.
On fast fashion.
Wow. And of course, when the retailers go up. It shows that economies are working because people have got money. How's our rand doing?
1706 against the US dollar. It's been stuck around this area this morning. Still a fairly good number given that we're talking about 17 Rand 20 last week, 19 Rand 89 against the euro, and 22 Rand 73 cents against the British pound. Price of gold at $4,184 an ounce, or platinum at $1,646. Brent crude at $62.97 a barrel. That's your business for the morning. Stephen Grootes has you covered later this afternoon.
There we go. Thank you so much, Mateo. Coming up on the morning drive this morning, looking at the Nutcracker and wondering what to do with the kids this December. Well, we'll be looking at the Nutcracker. It's on at the Teatro at Monte Casino. Looking forward to that one. And finding out about ballet. And a lot of people this morning saying they'd love to go back and do ballet. They did it at school. They'd love to do it somewhere else. So all that's coming up at about 10 to 9 this morning. But first, your latest eyewitness news. Sifiso Zulu, what are you leading with?
Thanks, Ray. Good morning. Higher Education Minister Butima Namela has given Vaal University of Technology a stern warning to account for claims of fraud and corruption or face the hawks. An internal VUT investigation uncovered that since 2018, an employee at the institution has been allegedly selling fake degrees to foreign nationals. It's believed senior management may have been in possession of credible evidence from a whistleblower for more than a year without taking action. Manamela has now given VUT until tomorrow to respond to concerns about possible illegal registrations and irregular admissions. Higher Education Department spokesperson Matsepo Sidat.
The minister reiterates that the sale of degrees is a criminal offence. Should the university's internal processes prove insufficient, it is a matter that the department will take to the Directorate for Priority Crime Investigation, commonly known as the Hawks.
The Africa Maibuya movement has dismissed claims of leadership challenges in the party, attributing it to regular teething problems. Maibuya was established as a political party 3 months ago. However, it recently had to overhaul its national leadership structure. This came amid reports of infighting, factional battles and resignations of senior leaders. At a media briefing in Soweto yesterday, Maibuya's president, Floyd Chivambu, said that the party had to remove incompetent people from its ranks.
So there is no crisis, none whatsoever, in terms of the organization that we're building. But also, you must take to consideration that, all the political organizations that exist in South Africa at formative stages will always undergo those dynamic leadership changes.
Cape Town Mayor Jordan Hill-Lewis says the Metro's latest crime data highlights increased gang violence in vulnerable communities. Statistics reveal that gang activity is the biggest contributor to contact crimes in the Metro. 4 of the top 5 police stations with the highest number of contact crimes in the country are in Cape Town. Ntutuzelo Nene reports.
Between April and June this year, the Western Cape saw 282 gang-related murders and 710 firearm-related murders. In the July to September period, a further 293 gang-related murders and 700 firearm-related murders were reported. Mayor Jordan Hill-Lewis says local enforcement agencies are working hard to arrest perpetrators of these crimes, but the conviction rate is worrying.
They are incredibly successful in confiscating illegal firearms, but the tragedy, only 5% of those cases result in convictions.
Ndutuzelo Nene, Eyewitness News.
And the children of Hong Kong's jailed pro-democracy media mogul Jimmy Lai are worried about his health. Lai has been jailed or behind bars since 2020 as China clamps down on the financial hub, to which it promised a separate system when Britain handed it over in 1997. His children say the 78-year-old has been kept in solitary confinement without air conditioning in a jail where summer temperatures rise to 44 Celsius. Hong Kong's government has condemned what it calls fact-twisting reports on Lai's treatment. He faces at least 15 years in prison, effectively a death sentence, on charges of foreign collusion related to mass protests in Hong Kong in 2019 against Beijing's encroaching power. A partly cloudy day in store for Gauteng with afternoon thundershowers expected. The temperatures will peak at highs between 21 and 23.
And in the traffic, we've got delays on the N3 North in the Kelvin area between Marlborough Drive and the Baklu interchange. That's due to roadworks. While heading towards Midrand via the N1 North, do expect delays coming out of the Baklu interchange towards Allendale Road.
The top story this hour, VUT has been given until tomorrow to respond to concerns of fraud and corruption.
You can become a victim of a legal problem: wrongful arrest, assault, uncontested divorce, rental disputes, maintenance matters, or labor problems. It can happen to you. Clientele Legal provides tough professional lawyers for an affordable monthly premium. Our legal team is standing by to assist you 24 hours a day. Join today. SMS Legal to 48721. That's legal to 48721. Clientele General is an authorized FSP and licensed non-life insurer. T's and C's online. Standard rates apply.
Sure, your phone's from there. Your kids' toys? Definitely. But your SUV? No thanks. The Mini Countryman from 9,899 Rand per month with Mini Select Finance. Visit mini.co.za to book your test drive. Select offer only available from Mini Financial Services, a division of BMW Financial Services South Africa Pty Limited, an authorized financial services and registered credit provider. Offer exclusively applies to the Mini Countryman. Initiation and service fee apply. Offer linked to the current prime rate, calculated on a 10% deposit, 48 monthly installments, final GFV payment, and 80,000 kilometer contract limit. Changes to the deal and optional extras will impact finance offer. Offer valid until 31 December, subject to stock availability. T's and C's apply.
When it comes to protecting your workforce, trust the workwear brand that has been protecting workers for over 150 years. Sweetall. Sweetall has overalls and uniform solutions for every industry, so your team is safe, comfortable, and ready to tackle any challenge. Visit our new Boksburg showroom, shop A1 Atlas Road, Westwood, Boksburg, or go to sweetall.com today. Sweetall, we never let you down. Superior protective workwear since 1871.
Standard Bank and 702 have joined forces to bring you China Unlocked.
One of the most recent examples of this is the signing of two very important MOUs whilst we were at the Chinese International Import Expo, which in itself is quite an exciting event to help expose South African and African products to China. We signed an MOU and with the Chinese Chamber of Commerce for imports and export of machinery and electronic products. What that helps us with is it helps our clients connect directly to equipment manufacturers and manufacturers of electronic products in China. It cuts out the middleman, and what better way to do that to help our clients get direct access to the equipment and technology that they need to do that.
Don't miss China Unlocked on 702 Drive with John Perlman. Tuesdays on 702. Brought to you by Standard Bank Business and Commercial, an authorized FSP and registered credit provider.
702.
WhatsApp us on 072 702 1702.
Morning, Ray and the team. I love the Table Mountain view. You know, when you're standing there and you're looking at Cape Town, you can see Robben Island. You can see the waterfront. You know, you can see a lot of places. It's so beautiful. Yeah, that's the view I really love. I've been to a lot of places, but you know, most of the time you see just the bushes and all that. But the view in Cape Town, Table Mountain is the best. That's Veronica from Spradeview. Bye-bye.
Good morning, Ray. Taicho in Boksburg. The best views, or the best view that I've had is at my grandmother's, or rather my great grandmother's house in a place called Ramatabata. She lives right on the foot of a mountain. If you go up that mountain, you see other mountains. And then you've got an entire view of the region. It's quite mountainous, and in summer it's quite a beauty. It is quite a beauty. It's in a place called Ramagoba in Ramatabata in Limpopo. Thank you.
Best view is Johannesburg. When Gauteng has to be at the Walter Sisulu Botanical Gardens. When you hike up top of the waterfall, get a beautiful view over to the Magaliesberg Mountains, and there are plenty of benches to sit up there.
Morning, Ray. Morning, Uncle Ray. It's Dahlia from Brightpan. I'm originally from Mpumalanga, but I can't get enough of driving through Schoemanskloof. It's the view there, the drive. It's like you can just keep on driving there, driving there. Like the whole day, you can just drive down and then drive up, drive down. The mountains, the view, it's amazing, Uncle Ray. I love it. I love it. I can't get enough of it. I drive through that place every time when I go home, but still, I can't get enough. Thank you, Uncle Ray. Bye.
Thank you, Dahlia. Schoemanskloof. These are such great ideas. The Walter Sisulu Botanical Gardens. You see, this is the thing, Amo. If you look up, if you go, say, to the top of the SABC building, there's a very good example. Go right to the top. Well, that's if you can get to the top because the lifts aren't working anymore, but pretend they are. And go right to the top and you look out. You'll see Johannesburg is a green city. There are just trees everywhere. It's quite something. So we live in a very, very beautiful place. We do. Don't knock Johannesburg. Gamatabata in Limpopo province. You need to send some pictures. And then Cape Town as well. If you go to the waterfront, they've got those, it's like an orange square, not orange, yellow square. And you look through the yellow square, and if you line yourself up, you'll see Table Mountain in front of you. And they've got these things around the country, these yellow squares. So talking about beautiful places just to sit down and have a look at the scenery and contemplate life. It's 20 to 9.
EWN Sport.
Well, Cindy, the Proteas have got to contemplate what's going to happen on Saturday. But
yeah,
if I was a betting man, okay, hold on. I'm not going to spoil it because the last time I spoiled it. So there we go.
Yeah. It will be exciting on Saturday. But let's go to Sun City because that's where the Nedbank Golf Challenge, Africa's major, tees off this morning. And EWN Sports, Lennox Vassal is there.
Africa's major returns with a world-class field on show. Ryder Cup star Victor Hovland's headlines the international charge.
The past couple of years with my driver has been very challenging. And I think at the worst times I would have really struggled out here because if you can't play it off the tee, it's very difficult. But yeah, I'm starting to see some improvements and feeling more and more comfortable off the tee. So if I can put the ball in play this week, it's going to be a good week.
Defending champion Johannes Veerman begins his title defense against a strong South African lineup of 13 players, all hoping to end an 8-year wait for a local winner. The first group will tee off at 22 minutes after 9. Lennox Vasaro, reporting live from Sun City.
Arsenal stays 5 points clear at the top of the Premier League after beating Brighton 2-0. The shock of the night was Chelsea's 3-1 loss to Leeds. Chelsea's defeat means Aston Villa is up to third after beating Brentford 4-3. Sunderland scored an own goal to draw with Liverpool 1-0. Reds boss on a slot.
Well, I knew before the game when you play Sunderland, I think from the 14th game they've played now, they've only conceded 4 times more than 1 goal. And in these 4 games, they've only conceded 2. So it's a hard team to score against. It's a hard team to create your chances against because they either go really aggressive in a high press or they have 11 players who defend their box with their lives. And that's why it's so difficult to create. I was hoping for more, although I knew how difficult it is.
At home, Sundowns slipped in the title race, fighting from a goal down to draw 1-0 with Siwelele to stay 2 points behind Pirates. Sekekone beat Magesi 1-0. They're up to third. Kaizer Chiefs was goalless with Chipper. Durban City cruised past Orbit College 3-0. Stellenbosch lost to Polokwane 2-1. Proteas beat India by 4 wickets to level the ODI series, chasing down a massive 359. Markram hit 110, while Breska and Brevis both made half centuries to win with 4 balls to spare. The decider is on Saturday. Live Test cricket, it's the second Ashes Test, a day-night game in Brisbane where England 98 for 2 on day 1 with Australia. Crawley's on 61 and Roots on 32. They've put England back in it. England were in a heap of trouble on 5 for 2 when Stark had removed Duckett and Pope for Ducks. At Stumps on day 3, New Zealand are 417 for 4, a lead of 481 over the West Indies. Ravindra made 176 and Latham made 145. And Springbok Ibn Etzebeth's being made to wait for the outcome of his disciplinary hearing for eye gouging in the Wales game. It's reported the disciplinary panel couldn't conclude if it was intentional or reckless, while the Springboks got an easy pool for the 2027 Rugby World Cup with Italy, Georgia and Romania. However, there is a chance they'll meet the All Blacks in the knockout stages. Cindy Paluta, Eyewitness News Sport.
EWN Traffic.
Thanks, Cindy. 17 minutes to 9 o'clock. I'm all okay. We had roadworks, but now we're okay.
Yeah, some of the roads have started to clear already, Ray. This is because most of the children aren't going to school anymore. They're waiting for the schools to close. But if you are traveling in Calvin, do expect delays on the N3 North. In fact, both directions of this route between Marlborough Drive and the Buckfield Interchange, that's due to roadworks. And there's also queuing traffic on the 21 North heading towards the city of Tshwane. More roadworks are causing these delays. And then, of course, those peak time delays along the Mike 1 North between Boyson's Road and Carspeed. I'll have more updates for you. Do stay tuned to 702.
There's more EWN on air, online, and on the EWN app.
Business Outsurance are experts in business insurance for butcheries, restaurants, beauty salons, and more. Here's Gert.
I definitely have peace of mind that Business Outsurance is protecting our business. I do think Business Outsurance are the best insurance company out there, and they gave us the best quotes.
Switch to Business Outsurance and you could get a massive 20% discount on your business insurance premium. Visit outsurance.co.za. Switch and save today. Licensed insurer and FSP. TCs and information online.
This festive, turn your family meetings into family eatings with the Nando's Festive Fill-Up Meal. A full flame grilled chicken, 2 sharing sides, 4 cheesy rissoles, 2 Cabo Societies, 2 Nando's rolls, and a 1.5-liter Coca-Cola for only $3.99 to enjoy at your place. And if your family meeting is at our place, get 40 Rand off. Nando's, oh what a place.
At Isuzu, we know every delivery, every kilometer, and every load is building something bigger. This truck month, set your business up for success with special deals across the Isuzu N and F-Series ranges. Don't get left behind. Speak to your Isuzu truck specialist or call 08600 Isuzu and secure your truck month deal today. Isuzu, with you for the long run. T's and C's apply.
Join us.
Let's walk the talk.
This is 702.
Good morning, everyone. Bully here. There's a place in Port Alfred, if I'm not mistaken. There's a nice place there called Oceana. Oh, the views there are crazy. The beach, the sands. Oh, you have your private beach there. The sand there is like you're in a desert, but there's a beach there. Oh, that place is extremely beautiful. Thank you, brother.
Morning, Uncle Ray. It's Kenny here from Pramfisha. The best view, Buffett. The best view, Buffett, every day. No mistake for the past 15 months. And it's breathtaking. It's my girlfriend, Buffett. That woman is beautiful. I'm talking by no other. Petunia. Kanyisile. Twala. Buffett. The best view every day. Every day. That woman is beautiful, Buffett. And by the way, and I'm Tanda.
Coming up
On the Clement Manyatela Show.
On 702.
You know, Clem, we do live in a country with the best views, the best scenery, the best everything. In fact, I've got a relative who's coming back. He's been living in the UK for the past 4 or 5 years. He's had enough. It's just cold, it's just rainy, and there are no views there. He's coming home. He arrives on Tuesday. I'll be at the airport. That's what's going to be happening. I mean, for you as well, there's got to be a place that Clement Manyatela goes to, and he just says nothing.
When I want to relax,
Mm-hmm.
It's a tough one. Yeah, there's actually a place Bongani asked me about 2 weeks ago that I had gone to in the Midlands. I love the Midlands lately.
lovely.
I'm a big fan of the Midlands. It's just so peaceful.
They've got
I
Notting
feel
Hill there.
closer along that side. Have you been to Hertford House?
I haven't, no.
Yeah, it's a beautiful hotel in the Midlands. But also the golf courses in the Midlands as well are not too full. So you can still enjoy golf, great scenery, and the golf course is not too packed.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it would be in Gauteng, in Johannesburg. So I would say the Midlands lately is where I know it's a quick drive, 3.5 hours. Yeah.
And
that I
you're
enjoy.
there in
And
another
I'm there
world.
quickly.
Right, speaking of your world, what's your coming up?
So on the 702 open line this morning, we're going to reflect on, what's his name? Ntantlam Kwanazi. Is that his name?
Well, that's Nklanta. The other Julius, the other guy.
Mkwanazi.
Yeah.
Julius Mkwanazi's testimony at the Madlanga Commission. In fact, we'll take some of that live because he's going to be concluding his testimony this morning before the police minister comes in. And then we're going to do that up until even just after 10 o'clock. And we'll mix it up with the 702 open line as well.
But
And
I
then-
mean, your take on that yesterday, I was watching some of that.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
I feel sorry for the people of Ekurhuleni.
Yes, so
I
do
really do. I mean, with a city manager like that for so long,
Yeah.
with a guy like Julius, who clearly has been running things even when he had people more senior to him,
Yeah.
and he was signing things he shouldn't be signing. I really feel for the people of Ekurhuleni, and I wonder if we don't have similar people in other metros too.
You see, I was thinking the same thing. And the question I asked this morning, don't we need to go somewhere else and have a look somewhere else? If it's happening just there. This is in the reference of Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, what he said.
Yeah.
So it's all come from that. We
Yeah.
need another Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi to put his hand up.
I mean, yeah, it's really crazy. Some people I see are trying to suggest that, maybe he has got some issues, comprehension issues. I don't buy that. I think someone like him has actually mastered the art of delaying tactics and diversion. So that when you ask them a question, they'll go and tell you another story about the color of the sky before, so that they divert and you forget about what you're asking
But
them.
don't play us for a fool. If you said your friend pitched up with his wanting blue lights at the State of the City address, that was not for free.
Yeah,
Don't do things for free.
They've done it for the last 2-3 years, and they
Yeah.
think they can do it now. The difference is, as the public, we're witnessing it.
Yeah.
So we're going to look at that. And then at 11 o'clock, we're going to have a very important conversation, Ray, about the woke movement.
Okay.
Is it dead, or are we transitioning as a society to a post-woke era? And what does that mean? We no longer have the sort of things that were attached to the woke movement at its peak in our society today. There's more open conversation. The cancel. In fact, there are people who are calling for cancel culture to be cancelled.
Yeah.
So I want us to have a conversation about what we're witnessing in our society. Are we seeing a transition? Is the woke movement dead, or are we transitioning? Is it transitioning into something else? That's a conversation we're going to have at 11 o'clock.
Sure, there we go. That's the Clement Manyatelo Show. Every day between 9 and 12. I never miss it.
At Auto & General, we understand your business is built on more than just vehicles. It's your stock, tools and equipment, and the premises where you work. Auto & General Business Insurance is designed for businesses like yours, protecting your assets against fire, theft, storms, and other unexpected events. To protect your livelihood, visit autogen.co.za and get an obligation-free business insurance quote. Auto & General, never not there. Auto & General is a licensed non-life insurer and FSP. T's and C's online.
You want to build a quality home, the eye-catching jewel of the town, but your personality type is bargain hunter. It's only been 2 months and your quality home is the neighborhood nightmare. So abantu bazotini about the peeling paint that you call abstract art, the cracked walls that look like frown lines. Skip the embarrassment and the hunting. Make smarter decisions for your home. Visit Cash Build online to order quality cement, paint, and more at the lowest prices. Cash Build.
Hi, this is Teko Modise, Hollywood Bets brand ambassador. Be a winner who knows when it's time for a timeout and play responsibly. If you or someone you know needs help, call the South African Responsible Gambling Toll-Free Counseling Line on 0800 006 008 or WhatsApp help to 076 675 0710. Hollywood Sportsbook is a licensed betting operator. Hollywood Bets supports responsible gambling. No person under the age of 18 years are permitted to gamble. Winners know when to stop.
Join us.
Let's walk the talk.
This is 702.
Wondering what to do with the kids this December? Why not introduce them to ballet? Yep, you heard me right. The Nutcracker at Monte Cassino has been extended to 28 December. Now, the Nutcracker has provided wonderfully imaginative, sweet holiday entertainment for over a century, often being the first show that young audiences experience when introduced to ballet and to theatre. The new production is presented by Global Star Events in collaboration with Cape Ballet Africa. And I asked the question earlier on today, what is the one thing that you wanted to do? You wanted to go from school and maybe years later you'd like to try it again. A lot of people actually said, we'd like to do ballet. I did this at school. I did this when I was a youngster. I'd like to do it again. Well, that's why the Nutcracker is for you. And Debbie Turner joins us now, the artistic director from the Cape Ballet Africa. Debbie, hi. Good to have you with us.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you. It's lovely to be in Johannesburg.
Yeah, now the Nutcracker. I mean, it's been going for years and years and years, as long as I've been alive. Take us through what to expect at Monty, because it's quite an experience, isn't it?
Yes, well, it's a wonderful company of dancers, approximately 50 dancers on stage. right from the ages of 6 for our baby angels to our principal dancers, who take the role of the Sugar Plum Fairy and the Sugar Plum Prince. So it's all new set by Michael Mitchell, a new costume design and make by Marcel Meyer, staged by Maynard Gilgood, who's very, very well known in the international ballet arena. And it's just a wonderful, exciting journey through Clara and her Nutcracker soldier prince that comes alive and takes her to the kingdom of treats.
Gosh, sounds fascinating. It sounds really good. Tell me, what sort of preparation went into this? I mean, ballet is it's something that needs to be practiced again and again. You're looking at your stage sets. You're looking at putting the whole adventure together. I mean, what goes into that?
Well, we started the work on this production in September. We were actually working concurrently on another ballet production at the same time. But the dancers that are involved in this production have been studying their profession or the technique of ballet and the delivery of professional ballet performance for years and years. It takes 10 to 12 years to make a professional ballet dancer. But also what the Nutcracker does is give inspiration and role modeling to young children who aspire to be young ballet dancers. We have little boys and little girls in various characters, the angels, the party children, the little Christmas rats that have a fight with the Nutcracker soldier. So it really is, it's an inspirational production that is so necessary for classical ballet all over the world. And this is why I think it's just, it's a family fair all over the world for a celebratory experience at the theatre for children, for whole families. And it has a wonderful festive, uplifting, happy feeling throughout. Beautiful music of Tchaikovsky. You don't get better than this music, especially for ballet. And yes, it's just, I think it's uplifting for everybody after a hard year. I think everybody's had. I think, it's just 2 hours of sheer enjoyment and sparkle and wonder. And also our Dr. Drosselmeyer, who sort of leads the proceedings of the story. Dr. Drosselmeyer is also Marcel Meyer, who designed the costumes, who's also, celebrated actor in South Africa. And he sort of leads the story from beginning to end. So it's just wonderful collaboration of many, many skills.
Now, you've extended the performances by 2 weeks. It goes through Christmas, am I right? And also, I think on Christmas Eve, I think there's a matinee show?
Yes, there is, on the 24th.
Tell us more about that. I mean, tell us, this is fantastic. This is fun for the full family. Why should parents bring their sons and daughters? And I'm saying sons as well, because ballet is not just for the girls.
No, absolutely not. I mean, ballet is sort of very fast losing its reputation of being for girls only, globally. There's, in some cases, you often see more men in ballet companies than women. But, on Christmas Eve, I think leading up to a celebration that is hopefully always with family and friends and loved ones, it's just, I think it kind of would start your Christmas celebrations on the 24th, the afternoon of the 24th, with this beautiful music, beautiful wonder in front of you on the stage, and prepare you for the Christmas spirit, get you into the Christmas spirit more than anything else, I think. And then, Christmas Day is a day of rest for everybody. So the ballet company will be having their Christmas lunch, with like most other people. And then they're back on stage the day after. So grueling. Certainly they will need their Christmas lunch with 30 performances, over a 4-week period.
Yeah. Just going back to ballet, and you're talking about internationally and looking at ballet. How promoted is ballet internationally? Are we still seeing lots of young stars coming through? I mean, I go back to the 1980s. I remember Mikhail Baryshnikov and
Yes.
all those kind of real heroes and stars. Are we seeing more coming through?
Yes, absolutely we are. Mikhail Baryshnikov, of course, is still very, very much alive and involved in dance. And you have your vocational ballet schools all over the world that attract young people from all over the world. We lack vocational schools in South Africa, but we have incredible quality of teachers in South Africa that run their private schools and that have produced dancers that are dancing the world over, all over the world. We actually, we lose our dancers to international companies because there's not enough opportunity offered for professional ballet dancers in this country. So, but males, females alike, in any, international school, you'll see any given year with 12 boys and 12 girls in the year. So it really has become, I think, globally embraced, and many, many, many children are. South Africa has a tradition of ballet.
Yes.
Every little girl, certainly from my generation, did ballet, whether it was for 2 months or 20 years.
It's quite
and now it's wonderful to see young boys coming through in South Africa. My only sadness, happiness for them, of course, because to spread your wings and to go and dance internationally is wonderful. But as I always say, South Africa is international to those from other countries. So we have a couple of dancers from other countries, in Cape Ballet, Africa, who just think that, living and working in South Africa is just fabulous. So, but yes, there is a huge support for ballet around the world, and it can always grow, of course. We can't put 40,000 people in a stadium, right?
Sure,
I suppose we possibly could, but I mean, it would be fun to try that. But it really, really is growing, in popularity, and there's a resurgence of it in South Africa for sure.
Love it, love it, love it. Debbie Turner, thank you so much, Artistic Director for Cape Ballet Africa. And that's the Nutcracker. It's on the go at Monte Casino. Tickets are still available. They've just extended by 2 weeks. It shows the popularity. So get yourself some tickets and go spend your Christmas there. I'll be with you bright and early tomorrow morning in for Bongs once again for the Friday edition of Breakfast. It's just gone 9 o'clock. This Eyewitness News brought to you by Momentum. Financial advisors help you have a better shot at generational wealth. Speak to a Momentum accredited financial advisor. Momentum is part of the Momentum Group Limited, an authorized FSP and registered credit provider.
This is EWN.
Good morning, I'm Sfiso Zulu. Suspended Ekurhuleni Metro Police boss Julius Mkhwanazi is back at the Madlanga Commission to explain his involvement in alleged wrongdoing in the department. He faced a grilling yesterday about issues including a controversial agreement with suspected criminal Cat Matlala's private security company. Mkhwanazi